The Sacred Cycle of Growth, Healing, Transformation, Transcendence by Jamie Love. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means without the prior written permission of the author, except in the case of brief quotations. The content of this book reflects the personal opinions, experiences, and insights of the author. It is intended for informational and inspirational purposes only, and should not be considered medical, psychological, spiritual, or legal advice. Readers are encouraged to seek professional guidance for any personal health, legal, or mental health concerns. The author and publisher assume no responsibility for the use or misuse of the material presented herein. Introduction: Understanding the Evolutionary Growth Cycle. The journey of life is one of constant growth and evolution. It is a path filled with moments of profound healing, self-discovery, and transformation, leading us to the realization of our true potential. At the heart of this journey lies the evolutionary growth cycle, a process that unfolds in three interconnected stages: healing, transformation, and transcendence. These stages serve as a framework to guide us toward a more conscious, vibrant, and purposeful life. This concept first came to me during my own spiritual awakening, a time when I began to see my personal growth in cycles rather than a straight path. I noticed how my healing was never a one-time event, but an ongoing process, resurfacing in different ways as I evolved. I started to see patterns, not just within myself, but in everything around me. Life itself moves in cycles: the changing of the seasons, the rhythmic pull of the moon, the turning of the calendar year, the natural ebbs and flows of the ocean, and even the cycles of relationships and emotions. I began to pay close attention, taking notes, observing what was happening inside me, and realizing that spiritual growth followed this same rhythm. Each time I released something old, something new was being birthed within me. As I stepped into my next level, I would experience deep healing again, but now from a higher perspective. This insight shifted everything for me. I no longer viewed growth as a destination to reach, but as an infinite cycle of becoming, each stage preparing me for the next, each experience leading me deeper into my own evolution. The evolutionary growth cycle is not just a theory. It is a universal truth that governs all aspects of life. By understanding this cycle, we can move through our spiritual journey with greater awareness, grace, and trust, knowing that every phase serves a purpose. Whether you are in a season of deep healing, stepping into transformation, or experiencing the expansiveness of transcendence, this cycle will always be present, guiding you, teaching you, and helping you evolve into the highest expression of yourself. The three stages of growth. 1. Healing, shedding what doesn't serve you. Healing is the first and most foundational stage of growth. It is the process of releasing the layers of pain, trauma, and limiting beliefs that have accumulated over time. This stage invites us to let go of what no longer serves us, whether it be toxic relationships, negative thought patterns, or attachments to the past. Through healing, we create space for renewal, allowing the light of our true essence to shine through. Healing is not about erasing the past, but about transforming it. It is the alchemical process of turning wounds into wisdom and pain into purpose. As we heal, we learn to embrace ourselves with compassion, forgive what has hurt us, and release the burdens that weigh us down. It is here that we lay the foundation for transformation. 2. Transformation, becoming the person you want to be. Once we have begun to heal, we enter the stage of transformation. This is where we consciously shape our lives, stepping into the version of ourselves that aligns with our highest vision. Transformation is about growth. It is the active process of developing new habits, cultivating a positive mindset, and embracing the discipline needed to create meaningful change. In this stage, we define who we want to be and take intentional steps toward becoming that person. It requires courage to step out of our comfort zones, consistency to build momentum, and self-awareness to navigate challenges. Transformation is not an overnight process. It is a journey of perseverance and self-discovery, where each small step brings us closer to the life we envision. 3. Transcendence, conscious creation, the life you've always dreamed of. Transcendence is the culmination of the growth cycle, where healing and transformation converge into conscious creation. This stage is about aligning with your higher purpose, living in flow with the universe, and manifesting your dreams with intention and clarity. Transcendence is not about reaching a final destination, but about embodying a state of continuous evolution and spiritual mastery. At this stage, life becomes a canvas for creation. You begin to see the interconnectedness of all things, trust the guidance of your intuition, and embrace the beauty of the present moment. Transcendence invites you to live with gratitude, serve others, and radiate the love and light that you have cultivated within. The nonlinear nature of growth and continuous evolution. Growth is not a linear path, it is cyclical and ongoing. Just as the seasons change, we move through cycles of healing, transformation, and transcendence. These stages are not confined to a strict timeline. Often, they overlap and blend together as we evolve, moving between them as we grow. Healing may surface again as we transform, and transformation may continue even as we transcend. There is no final destination, only a continuous process of becoming. As we grow, we enter into the deeper process of spiritual evolution. Spiritual growth is like the continuous expansion of a vessel, an evolution of our consciousness and our ability to hold more light, more love, and deeper wisdom. This expansion requires us to shed old beliefs and attachments in order to create space for a higher frequency of love and understanding. Every time we release what no longer serves us, we expand our capacity to experience the divine, to manifest more abundantly, and to deepen our connection to the universe. Each level of consciousness we reach represents a new dimension of spiritual growth. Just as a seed must break through the soil to grow into a plant, we too must break through old layers of consciousness to evolve. When we reach a new level of consciousness, we often feel as though we have graduated from one phase of growth and are now equipped to operate at a higher frequency. However, with each graduation comes the realization that we begin anew within that level, continually learning, healing, evolving, and mastering new dimensions of ourselves. This is the beauty of the spiritual journey. Each new level reveals even more dimensions of love, wisdom, and divine connection, and we are constantly expanding to hold more. The process is the destination. While it is easy to become fixated on the outcome, the healed self, the transformed life, the dreams realized, the truth is, the journey itself is the destination. The process of healing, transformation, and transcendence is what brings fulfillment. It is in the moments of self-discovery, the overcoming of obstacles, and the small, everyday manifestations of our desires that we find joy. In our pursuit of growth, it's easy to focus on the final goal or end result. But the truth is that the act of creating, of healing, transforming, and transcending is the fulfillment itself. The process is the destination. We do not simply try to create a life or a version of ourselves. We are the creation process. The journey of becoming is not about perfection, but about the richness of the evolution we undergo every step of the way. When we embrace the journey as the destination, we free ourselves from the pressure of arriving and open ourselves to the magic of the present moment. We come to understand that life is not about achieving perfection, but about experiencing the fullness of each step along the way. This process of growth is ever evolving, and we are always in a state of becoming, expanding, learning, and evolving to hold more love, more wisdom, and more light, a sacred invitation. This book is an invitation to embark on your own evolutionary growth cycle. It is a guide to help you shed what no longer serves you, step into your highest potential, and consciously create the life you've always dreamed of. As you read through these pages, remember the path may not always be clear, and it may feel uncertain at times, but trust that with each step, you are becoming the person you are destined to be. You are not alone on this journey. Let this book be your companion as you navigate the beautiful, ever-evolving tapestry of your life. Part 1, Healing Stage, Shedding What Doesn't Serve You. Chapter 1, Recognizing What Doesn't Serve You. In the intricate dance of life, we are continually presented with choices, each one a chance to either step into our higher potential or remain anchored in the past. At the heart of true growth lies the ability to recognize what no longer serves us. This is the first step in freeing ourselves from the constraints of old patterns, limiting beliefs, negative emotions, and attachments that hold us back. The process of recognition is not always easy. It requires us to look honestly at ourselves and our lives, to peel away the layers of illusion that obscure our clarity, and to confront the shadows that have shaped us. But it is through this courageous act of recognition that we begin to clear the space for our true selves to emerge. The power of awareness. The journey to recognizing what doesn't serve us begins with awareness. Awareness is the key that unlocks the door to transformation. Without it, we are like ships adrift on the ocean, carried by the current without understanding the direction or purpose. It is only through conscious awareness that we begin to understand the patterns, beliefs, and emotions that have kept us stuck in unhealthy situations cycles. Awareness begins with observation. It's about noticing the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that arise within us each day. Take a moment to step back from the constant noise of the world and ask yourself, what are the beliefs I hold about myself, about the world, about others? What fears govern my actions? What emotional patterns seem to repeat in my life? By simply observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you begin to see the subtle ways in which your beliefs and attachments shape your reality. Often, these beliefs and patterns are deeply ingrained within us, formed in childhood or through life experiences that have left an imprint on our subconscious. They are like invisible threads that weave through the fabric of our being, dictating how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. These limiting beliefs may tell us we are not good enough, worthy of love, or capable of success. They may convince us that we are victims of circumstance or that happiness is something we must earn rather than simply allow. These beliefs may have been true for us once, but as we evolve, we must challenge them. In truth, they are not who we are. They are simply stories we have told ourselves. Identifying limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are often the first things we must confront in order to clear the path for growth. These beliefs are formed from past experiences, societal conditioning, and fear-based thinking. They tell us that we are not worthy of success, love, or abundance. They tell us that we are not capable of achieving our dreams or that we are destined to fail. It is crucial to recognize these limiting beliefs for what they are: false narratives that no longer serve our highest good. These beliefs often arise in moments of insecurity or doubt, whispering in the background of our minds, preventing us from taking bold action or stepping into our true potential. To begin recognizing these limiting beliefs, ask yourself the following questions. What is it that I consistently tell myself I can't do? What are the stories I repeat in my head about who I am and what I am capable of? What fears or doubts arise when I think about pursuing my dreams? By bringing these beliefs to the surface, we can begin the process of reframing them. Remember, these beliefs are not facts. They are simply mental constructs that have been built over time. They can be dismantled by consciously choosing to replace them with more empowering beliefs that align with our true potential. Releasing negative emotions. In addition to limiting beliefs, we must also recognize the negative emotions that we carry within us. These emotions, such as anger, guilt, shame, resentment, or fear, are powerful forces that shape our reality. They can cloud our judgment, drain our energy, and prevent us from fully embracing the present moment. Negative emotions are often the result of unresolved past experiences, unmet needs, or the inability to process pain in a healthy way. These emotions may not always be visible on the surface, but they can manifest in subtle ways, through physical tension in the body, a sense of unease, or a negative outlook on life. Left unchecked, they can accumulate over time, blocking our ability to experience true joy and peace. The key to releasing negative emotions is to allow ourselves to feel them fully, without resistance or judgment. In a world that often encourages us to suppress or ignore our feelings, we must learn to honor our emotions as messengers. They are not to be feared. They are simply guiding us to what needs healing. Take time to sit with your emotions without distraction. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Allow yourself to fully experience the emotion, acknowledging its presence without identifying with it. As you breathe through the emotion, gently let it go, releasing it from your body and mind. In doing so, you create space for peace, clarity, and a renewed sense of vitality. Letting go of attachments. Another essential aspect of recognizing what doesn't serve you is identifying the attachments you hold on to. Attachments are the things, people, possessions, identities, or outcomes that we cling to out of fear or a false sense of security. These attachments can create a sense of dependency, limiting our freedom and ability to grow. We may be attached to a particular way of life, a certain outcome, or even to an identity that no longer serves us. These attachments often arise from the desire to control or to feel safe. But in truth, clinging to attachments only serves to trap us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and fear. Letting go of attachments does not mean we must renounce everything we love or care for. It means releasing the need to control or possess. It means recognizing that true freedom comes from within, not from external circumstances. By letting go of attachments, we open ourselves to the flow of life, allowing ourselves to embrace new possibilities without fear of loss or change. The path to freedom. Recognizing what doesn't serve you is the first step on the path to true freedom. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to release the old in order to make space for the new. But it is in this release that we find liberation, freedom from limiting beliefs, negative emotions, and attachments that have held us back for so long. As you move through this process, be gentle with yourself. Recognize that this is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual unfolding. Healing takes time, and growth is a process. Trust that as you shed what no longer serves you, you are creating the space for your true self to emerge, a self that is free, empowered, and aligned with your highest potential. A sacred practice. To begin your practice of recognizing what doesn't serve you, take a few moments each day to sit quietly in reflection. Ask yourself, what is it that I'm holding on to that no longer serves my growth? What beliefs, emotions, or attachments am I ready to release? Begin to consciously release these aspects of your life, knowing that in doing so, you are creating the space for a new chapter to unfold. Remember, the process of letting go is not about loss. It is about making room for the abundance, joy, and fulfillment that are waiting to flow into your life. Chapter 2. Emotional Healing and Forgiveness. The journey of emotional healing begins deep within the heart. It is a sacred process, one that invites us to release the emotional weight we carry and make room for the peace, love, and freedom that is our birthright. At the core of this healing lies forgiveness, the transformative act of letting go of the past, of releasing the wounds that bind us to old stories, and of offering compassion to ourselves and others. Through forgiveness, we break the chains of emotional pain and step into the light of healing. The weight of past trauma. Trauma, whether it be from childhood, relationships, or life's challenges, leaves an imprint on the soul. These scars, whether visible or hidden, affect our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, often without our conscious awareness. The weight of past trauma can manifest in many ways, as fear, shame, anger, self-doubt, or even physical illness. It is not simply the event itself that causes pain, but our emotional attachment to the event, the meanings we attach to it, and the unresolved feelings we hold within. Trauma can shape our perception of ourselves, others, and the world around us. It creates walls around our hearts, keeping us disconnected from our truth. These walls may serve as protection, but in reality, they imprison us in a cycle of pain, preventing us from fully experiencing the beauty and love that life offers. The first step in emotional healing is acknowledging the pain. This requires us to face the hurt head-on, not to dwell in it, but to recognize it as part of our journey. In this acknowledgement, we take back our power. We stop allowing the trauma to define us and instead choose to release its hold. It is not about erasing the past, but rather about freeing ourselves from its control, allowing us to move forward with a heart that is lighter and more open. The transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to emotional freedom. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others or excusing the hurt we have experienced. It is about releasing the grip that past pain has on our hearts, allowing ourselves to heal. To forgive is to give up the desire for revenge, to stop reliving the pain, and to release the burden that keeps us chained to the past. Forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves. It is an act of self-liberation. When we forgive, we reclaim our energy and free ourselves from the emotional ties that bind us to old wounds. We stop carrying the weight of anger, resentment, and betrayal, and we begin to make room for healing and love. Forgiveness is not an act of weakness, but one of profound strength. It takes courage to let go of the past, to release the hurt, and to choose peace over anger. It requires us to rise above our lower emotions and make a conscious decision to heal, to break the cycle of suffering, and to embrace our own power to transform. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving others is only part of the equation. In order to fully heal emotionally, we must also forgive ourselves. Self-forgiveness is perhaps the most challenging aspect of healing because it calls us to face our own mistakes, regrets, and imperfections. But just as we are called to forgive others, we must also extend the same compassion to ourselves. Self-forgiveness begins with the recognition that we are human. We make mistakes, we have regrets, and we sometimes hurt others, often unintentionally. It is important to acknowledge these mistakes with kindness, without self-judgment, and with the understanding that we are all doing the best we can with the knowledge and awareness we have at the time. To forgive ourselves, we must release the shame, guilt, and self-criticism that hold us in emotional bondage. We must stop punishing ourselves for the past and accept that we are worthy of love, kindness, and second chances. Self-forgiveness is an act of self-compassion. It is an invitation to treat ourselves with the same love and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend. The role of self-compassion in healing. Self-compassion is the foundation upon which emotional healing is built. It is the practice of treating ourselves with kindness, especially during times of struggle. It is about recognizing that we are not alone in our suffering, that pain is a natural part of the human experience, and that we deserve to be treated with love and care, regardless of our imperfections. When we practice self-compassion, we allow ourselves to feel our emotions without judgment. We stop criticizing ourselves for being too emotional or too sensitive. Instead, we embrace our feelings, honoring them as valid expressions of our humanity. In this space of self-compassion, we can begin to heal because we are no longer fighting against ourselves. We are gently moving through the process with love and patience. Self-compassion is also about creating a safe space within ourselves to process difficult emotions. It allows us to hold ourselves with tenderness and acceptance as we navigate the complexities of life. Through this practice, we learn to be our own best friend, offering ourselves the love, understanding, and care that we deserve. A sacred practice for emotional healing and forgiveness. Begin by carving out a quiet moment for yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow your body to relax. In this moment of stillness, invite any feelings of anger, resentment, or guilt to surface. Do not judge these emotions, simply allow them to be present. Acknowledge the pain and give yourself permission to feel it fully. Next, hold the intention to release these feelings. Imagine the emotions leaving your body as you exhale, dissolving into the air. With each breath, release more of the pain, letting go of the past. Then bring to mind the person or situation that you feel has hurt you. In your heart, offer forgiveness, first to them and then to yourself. Say silently or aloud, "I forgive you and I forgive myself. I release all pain, all anger, and all resentment. I choose peace." Finish this practice by placing your hands on your heart, offering yourself gratitude for the courage it took to face your emotions and forgive. Repeat this practice daily, knowing that with each act of forgiveness, you are making space for more love, peace, and light to flow into your life. Emotional healing and forgiveness are not one-time actions. They are ongoing practices. They are acts of self-love that create the foundation for a heart that is free, open, and able to give and receive love in abundance. Through forgiveness, we break the cycle of pain and step into the full expression of our true selves, radiant, empowered, and at peace. Chapter 3. Detoxifying your mind, body, and environment. Detoxification is not just about clearing toxins from the body. It is about creating a sacred space for healing on every level. True detoxification requires us to release not only the physical impurities that weigh us down, but also the mental, emotional, and environmental influences that disrupt our inner peace and well-being. It is the process of purging that which no longer serves us, creating space for clarity, vitality, and harmony to flow freely. The act of detoxifying our mind, body, and environment is a powerful statement of self-care and self-love. It is a declaration that we are worthy of living in an atmosphere of purity, balance, and light. As we cleanse, we create an inner and outer sanctuary that allows us to reconnect with our true essence, free from the noise, distractions, and toxic influences of the world. Detoxifying the mind, releasing negative thought patterns. Our minds are powerful creators. They shape our reality with every thought, belief, and perception. The thoughts we carry shape how we experience life, and negative thought patterns can become like toxins in the system, poisoning our well-being and clouding our judgment. To detoxify the mind, we must first become aware of the thoughts that no longer serve us, the beliefs, judgments, and stories we tell ourselves that limit our growth and potential. Negative thought patterns often emerge from past experiences, societal conditioning, and fears. They tell us we are not good enough, not worthy of love, or incapable of achieving our dreams. They may whisper in the background of our minds, perpetuating a cycle of self-doubt, anxiety, or criticism. But these thoughts are not the truth. They are simply remnants of old conditioning waiting to be released. The first step in detoxifying the mind is awareness. Begin by observing your thoughts without judgment. What recurring thoughts do you notice? Do you tell yourself that you're not enough, that success is out of reach, or that you're incapable of change? These thoughts are not facts. They are merely mental habits, and with conscious effort, they can be replaced. As you become aware of these negative thoughts, gently challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Does this belief empower me, or does it keep me stuck? Practice replacing limiting beliefs with positive, affirming statements. For example, replace "I am not good enough" with "I am worthy of love and success." Affirmations, meditation, and mindfulness are powerful tools for detoxifying the mind, allowing us to rewrite old narratives and step into a new, empowering reality. Detoxifying the body, nourishing your temple. Our bodies are sacred vessels, temples that carry us through this physical world. Yet over time, our bodies accumulate toxins from the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the environment we inhabit. These toxins can build up, clogging the system, lowering our energy levels, and hindering our ability to fully experience vitality and health. To detoxify the body is to honor it as a sacred space, to cleanse it with love, and to nourish it with the nutrients and care it needs to thrive. Detoxifying the body is not just about removing harmful substances. It is about replenishing it with the elements that restore balance, vitality, and harmony. Start by examining your diet. Are you nourishing your body with whole, fresh, plant-based foods that support your health and energy? Or are you consuming processed, nutrient-deficient foods that drain your vitality? To detoxify the body, it is important to move away from foods that are toxic, such as processed sugars, refined grains, and artificial additives, and embrace a diet that is clean, whole, and abundant in nutrients. In addition to diet, consider incorporating regular movement into your routine. Gentle exercise, yoga, walking in nature, or even deep breathing exercises. Movement helps to release stagnant energy, improve circulation, and enhance detoxification. Hydration is also key. Water is the essence of life, and it plays a crucial role in flushing toxins from the body, keeping the organs functioning properly, and maintaining energy levels. Drink water throughout the day, and consider adding cleansing herbs or lemon to your water for extra purification. Detoxifying your environment, creating a sacred space for healing. Our environment has a profound impact on our well-being. The people we surround ourselves with, the spaces we inhabit, and the energy in our surroundings all influence how we feel and function. To detoxify the environment is to consciously create a space that supports our highest good, where we can feel safe, nurtured, and inspired. Start by evaluating your physical space. Is your home cluttered, chaotic, or filled with things that no longer serve you? A cluttered space can create mental and emotional clutter, contributing to stress, confusion, and a sense of being overwhelmed. By clearing away the physical clutter, we make space for clarity, creativity, and tranquility. Consider also the energy of the people and environments you engage with. Are you surrounded by positivity, love, and support? Or are you exposed to negativity, drama, and stress? Negative energy can drain us and create emotional stagnation. It is important to protect your energy and cleanse your environment of toxic influences. This can include setting boundaries with people who drain you, eliminating negative media consumption, and filling your space with uplifting high-vibration music, scents, and colors. Another way to detoxify your environment is to incorporate nature into your daily life. Spend time outdoors, breathe in the fresh air, and connect with the earth. The natural world is a powerful purifier, and being in nature can help recalibrate our energy, restore balance, and enhance our sense of peace, creating space for healing and growth. Detoxification is not just a one-time practice. It is an ongoing process of purification, renewal, and growth. By regularly detoxifying the mind, body, and environment, we create space for deeper healing, more vitality, and greater peace. It is about aligning ourselves with the frequency of love, light, and well-being so that we can live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Take time each day to nurture and cleanse yourself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Create sacred rituals that allow you to release what no longer serves you and invite in what nourishes your soul. Whether it's through mindful eating, practicing gratitude, spending time in nature, or simply creating a calm space for reflection and meditation, each step you take in detoxifying your life is a step toward greater freedom, vitality, and joy. Remember, detoxification is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every small step you take to clear away the old makes room for the new, creating space for healing, growth, and the fullness of life to unfold. Chapter 4: Tools for Healing, Therapy, Energy Healing, and Self-Care Practices. Healing is a multifaceted journey, a sacred unfolding that requires not only the willingness to release what no longer serves us, but also the commitment to nourish and care for our mind, body, and spirit. In this chapter, we explore the many tools available to support us in our healing process, from therapeutic practices to energetic modalities and self-care rituals. Each of these tools is a key that helps us unlock deeper levels of healing, allowing us to reconnect with our authentic selves and embrace the fullness of life. Healing is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It is deeply personal, and the tools we use should resonate with our unique journey. Just as a gardener uses various tools to tend to their garden, so too must we use the right tools to tend to the garden of our soul, whether it's therapy, breath work, yoga, or energy healing. Each tool has the power to restore balance, release blockages, and help us return to a state of harmony. Therapy, the power of dialogue and self-reflection. Therapy is one of the most profound and transformative tools for healing, providing a space for self-reflection, exploration, and growth. It is the act of sitting with a trained professional who can help guide us through our emotional struggles, offering insight, support, and tools to better understand our inner world. Therapy invites us to share our story, to unpack the layers of our past, and to gain clarity on the patterns and beliefs that may be holding us back. It allows us to confront and process past traumas, unresolved emotions, and limiting beliefs, with the guidance of someone who holds space for us with compassion and non-judgment. The beauty of therapy lies in its ability to create a safe container for emotional expression, providing an opportunity to release what we've kept buried for far too long. By engaging in therapy, we begin to reconnect with the parts of ourselves that may have been neglected or forgotten. It helps us process pain and grief, heal from relational wounds, and develop new ways of thinking and being. Therapy is not only about healing from the past, it is also about creating a new, empowered future. It helps us develop healthier coping mechanisms, improve our self-esteem, and cultivate greater self-awareness. If you are considering therapy, know that it is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful act of self-love and self-care. It takes great courage to face ourselves honestly, and therapy provides the guidance and support needed to navigate this journey with compassion and grace. Energy healing, restoring balance and harmony. Energy healing is an ancient practice that works to restore balance and harmony within the energetic field of the body. Just as the body has physical systems that need tending to, it also has an energetic system that must be cared for in order to maintain health and vitality. Energy healing acknowledges that the body, mind, and spirit are interconnected, and it works to bring these aspects of ourselves into alignment. Whether through the hands-on practice of Reiki, the gentle touch of acupuncture needles, or the vibrational power of crystals, energy healing offers a path to emotional, mental, and physical restoration. It helps release stagnant energy, promote relaxation, and restore the body's natural flow of energy. One of the most beautiful aspects of energy healing is that it works on both conscious and unconscious levels. It supports not only physical healing, but also emotional release, allowing us to let go of the energetic residue of past trauma, fear, or anxiety. By using energy healing, we allow ourselves to return to a state of wholeness where our energy flows freely and we are aligned with our highest potential. Breathwork, the power of the breath to heal and transform. Breathwork is a simple yet profound tool for healing. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind, and by consciously working with it, we can release tension, calm the nervous system, and bring clarity to the mind. Breathwork is a practice that harnesses the power of the breath to heal on a deep, cellular level, helping us to access a state of deep relaxation and inner peace. Our breath has the power to influence every aspect of our being, from our emotional state to our physical health. When we are stressed or anxious, our breath becomes shallow and rapid, contributing to feelings of tension and fear. Breathwork teaches us to slow down, to deepen our breath, and to restore balance to our mind and body. Through conscious breathing, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, allowing the body to enter a state of healing and regeneration. Breathwork can help release emotional blockages, clear stagnant energy, and release stress and anxiety. It is a practice that encourages us to fully inhabit the present moment, letting go of past regrets and future worries, and focusing instead on the deep, life-giving breath that sustains us. Yoga, a sacred practice for mind, body, and spirit. Yoga is an ancient practice that offers a holistic approach to healing, integrating the mind, body, and spirit into one unified experience. The practice of yoga encourages us to connect deeply with our bodies, to honor them as sacred temples, and to cultivate a state of awareness and presence in every moment. Through the physical postures or asanas, breath control, known as pranayama, and meditation, yoga provides a powerful tool for healing and transformation. It allows us to release physical tension, improve flexibility, and strengthen the body. But yoga is not just about physical fitness. It is a spiritual practice that invites us to cultivate inner peace, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Each yoga practice is an opportunity to connect with the present moment, to quiet the mind, and to cultivate a sense of inner stillness. As we move through the postures, we learn to honor the body and its limitations while also expanding into new possibilities. Yoga teaches us to be compassionate with ourselves, to listen to the wisdom of our bodies, and to practice mindfulness and gratitude. Yoga is a sacred tool for self-care and healing. It invites us to be present with our bodies, to nurture them with love, and to create space for spiritual growth and transformation. Self-care practices, honoring the sacredness of your being. Self-care is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the act of nurturing ourselves with love, compassion, and respect, and it is an essential tool for emotional and spiritual healing. Self-care practices are the daily rituals that honor our physical, mental, and emotional needs, helping us stay grounded, balanced, and connected to our inner wisdom. Self-care can take many forms. Taking time for quiet reflection, engaging in creative activities, spending time in nature, or simply allowing ourselves moments of rest and relaxation. It is the act of honoring our needs and making space for rejuvenation. It is about replenishing our energy, nurturing our spirits, and giving ourselves permission to rest and restore. When we practice self-care, we send a message to ourselves that we are worthy of love and attention. We remind ourselves that we are important, that our well-being matters, and that we deserve to experience peace, joy, and vitality. Self-care is not selfish. It is an essential act of self-love that allows us to show up fully for ourselves and others. A sacred practice for healing and self-care. As you explore the tools of therapy, energy healing, breathwork, yoga, and self-care, begin by incorporating small, manageable practices into your daily life. Choose the tools that resonate most with you and create a sacred space to use them. Whether it's starting your day with breathwork, setting aside time each week for a yoga practice, or seeking therapy to heal emotional wounds, these tools will support your journey of healing. Remember, healing is a process, and there is no right way to heal. The key is to be gentle with yourself, to honor the pace of your journey, and to choose the tools that best support your growth. Healing is a sacred, ongoing practice, one that nourishes the body, mind, and spirit bringing us back to a state of wholeness, peace, and alignment with our highest selves. Chapter 5: Overcoming Fear and Negative Thought Patterns. Fear is a natural part of the human experience, yet it often holds us back from stepping into our full potential. It creates barriers in our minds, keeping us small, stagnant, and disconnected from our true essence. Fear arises from the unknown, from past wounds, and from limiting beliefs that tell us we are not capable, not worthy, or not enough. Yet fear is not the enemy, it is a messenger, guiding us toward healing, growth, and transformation. In this chapter, we explore how to overcome fear and negative thought patterns by tapping into the transformative power of self-awareness and shifting our mindset to one of empowerment. Understanding fear, a messenger, not a barrier. Fear is not something to be feared. It is simply a signal from the subconscious mind, a reaction to the perceived threat or challenge. It often arises in response to the unknown, the unfamiliar, or the possibility of failure. But fear itself is not inherently negative. It is a survival mechanism designed to protect us. The key lies in recognizing that fear is simply a part of our journey, a teacher that helps us navigate uncertainty and embrace the unknown with courage. When we experience fear, we are presented with an opportunity for growth. Fear often points us toward what we are meant to face, what we are meant to heal, and what we are ready to transcend. Rather than viewing fear as something to avoid, we can choose to welcome it as a guide, showing us where to focus our energy and where transformation is needed. The first step in overcoming fear is to acknowledge it without judgment or resistance. Allow yourself to feel the fear fully, knowing that it is a natural part of the human experience. By accepting fear, we take away its power to control us. It is in this acceptance that we begin to shift our relationship with fear, moving from fear-based living to empowered living. Breaking free from negative thought patterns. Negative thought patterns are often deeply ingrained within us, formed over years of conditioning, societal influence, and past experiences. These thoughts may tell us that we are not enough, that we will fail, or that we do not deserve happiness or success. These thoughts are the stories we tell ourselves, the limiting beliefs that shape our reality. But they are not truths. They are simply thoughts, and they can be changed. Breaking free from negative thought patterns requires self-awareness. The first step is to become aware of the thoughts that arise in your mind. What are the recurring thoughts that hold you back? Do you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that success is out of reach? Do you struggle with thoughts of anxiety, fear, or self-doubt? These thoughts are not facts. They are patterns, and they can be transformed. Once you become aware of these patterns, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is this belief helping me grow, or is it keeping me stuck? When you recognize a negative thought, consciously replace it with a positive, empowering affirmation. For example, replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy of love, success, and abundance." With each thought that you challenge, you break the cycle of negativity and create space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. Tapping into the power of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key to breaking free from fear and negative thought patterns. By cultivating the ability to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can gain clarity on the beliefs that are holding us back. Self-awareness is not about being perfect. It is about becoming conscious of the patterns that shape our reality and choosing to respond to them with intention and mindfulness. To cultivate self-awareness, begin by observing your thoughts without attachment. Rather than identifying with them, simply notice them as they arise. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What thoughts are running through my mind? By observing your thoughts with curiosity and compassion, you begin to detach from them. You become the observer, not the reactor. In this space of awareness, you can choose to respond with love, empowerment, and self-compassion rather than reacting from fear or habit. Self-awareness also allows us to notice when we are slipping into negative thought patterns or fearful thinking. In those moments, we can pause, take a deep breath, and gently redirect our thoughts towards something positive, something empowering. With consistent practice, self-awareness becomes a tool for navigating life with grace, peace, and confidence. Embracing the power of courage and faith. Fear thrives in the unknown. It thrives when we are unsure of ourselves, uncertain of the future, or disconnected from our inner strength. But courage and faith are the antidotes to fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in spite of it. Faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the trust that we are supported by the universe and that all will unfold as it should. Courage is the act of moving forward even when the path is unclear. It is the willingness to take a step into the unknown, knowing that each step brings us closer to our highest potential. Courage allows us to face fear, not with avoidance, but with a deep knowing that we are capable of overcoming any challenge. When we embrace courage, we step into our power and reclaim our ability to create the life we desire. Faith is the foundation of courage. It is the trust that the universe has a plan for us and that everything is happening for our highest good. Faith gives us the confidence to move forward, even when we cannot see the full picture. It is the belief that we are supported, guided, and protected every step of the way. Together, courage and faith create a powerful force that allows us to overcome fear and negative thought patterns. When we embody courage and faith, we no longer allow fear to control us. We move forward with confidence, trust, and the unwavering belief that we are capable of achieving our dreams. A sacred practice for overcoming fear and negative thought patterns. To begin overcoming fear and negative thought patterns, take time each day to sit in stillness and reflect. Ask yourself, what fears are holding me back? What negative thoughts are preventing me from stepping into my power? Sit with these feelings without judgment, acknowledging them as a natural part of the human experience. Then, make a conscious choice to release them. Visualize the fear dissolving, like mist lifting from a field. See the negative thoughts leaving your mind, replaced by thoughts of empowerment, love, and courage. Repeat affirmations that affirm your worth, your potential, and your ability to overcome challenges. I am courageous. I am worthy of success. I trust in the process of life. Every time fear or negative thoughts arise, pause, breathe, and gently redirect your mind. Trust that with each conscious choice, you are breaking free from the cycle of fear and stepping into your highest self. With practice, the grip of fear will loosen and you will move through life with more confidence, peace, and joy. Overcoming fear and negative thought patterns is a continuous practice. It requires patience, self-awareness, and compassion. But as we release the hold that fear has over us, we step into a life of greater freedom, purpose, and love. We move from limitation to possibility, from fear to faith, and from self-doubt to self-empowerment. Chapter 6. Releasing attachments and embracing letting go. Letting go is one of the most profound acts of liberation. It is a sacred invitation to free ourselves from the weight of attachments that no longer align with our growth, purpose, or well-being. Yet, letting go is not about abandoning what we love or care for. It is about releasing the need to control, possess, or cling to what is fleeting. It is an act of trust, a surrender to the natural flow of life, and a declaration of faith in the abundance of what lies ahead. Attachments, whether to people, circumstances, or outcomes, often arise from fear. Fear of change, fear of loss, or fear of the unknown. We hold tightly to what feels familiar, even if it no longer serves us, because we are afraid of what might happen if we let go. But in clinging to the old, we block the new. True freedom comes not from holding on, but from releasing, trusting, and allowing life to unfold in its divine perfection. Understanding attachments. What are we holding on to? Attachments are the emotional ties we form to people, experiences, material possessions, and even identities. While some attachments bring joy and meaning to our lives, others can weigh us down, creating stagnation and limiting our ability to grow. These attachments may manifest as clinging to past relationships, resisting change, or placing our happiness in external circumstances. Often, attachments arise from a place of longing or lack. We attach ourselves to people or things because we believe they will complete us, bring us happiness, or provide security. But this belief is an illusion. True happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from anything external. When we rely on attachments to fill an inner void, we inadvertently give away our power, tethering our sense of self to something outside of us. To release attachments, we must first identify what we are holding on to. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing? What do I believe I cannot live without? These questions reveal the attachments that may be keeping you tethered to the past or preventing you from moving forward. Recognizing these attachments is the first step toward letting go. The art of letting go, a sacred surrender. Letting go is not an act of rejection or abandonment. It is an act of sacred surrender. It is a recognition that life is impermanent, that change is inevitable, and that clinging to what no longer serves us only creates suffering. Letting go is about trusting that everything happens for a reason and that what is meant for us will never pass us by. Letting go does not mean forgetting or disregarding what once brought us joy or meaning. It means releasing the emotional attachment to it, allowing ourselves to move forward without being held back by the past. It is about honoring the lessons and experiences that have shaped us while embracing the freedom to create new possibilities. Surrendering can feel uncomfortable, even painful, because it requires us to step into the unknown. But it is in this space of uncertainty that the magic of life unfolds. When we let go, we create room for growth, healing, and transformation. We open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our attachments, detaching with love and compassion. Detachment does not mean indifference or coldness. It is a practice of love and compassion. It is about releasing the need to control others or dictate outcomes, allowing people and situations to exist as they are. Detachment allows us to love freely, without conditions or expectations. It is a reminder that love is not about possession, but about presence. When we detach, we honor the sovereignty of others while also reclaiming our own power. We stop trying to force relationships or outcomes to fit into our expectations, and instead we allow life to flow naturally. This creates space for healthier, more authentic connections and a deeper sense of inner peace. Practicing detachment also involves releasing judgment, both of ourselves and others. It means accepting that we cannot control everything, and that it is okay to let go of perfectionism, self-doubt, and the need to please. Detachment is an act of self-love, a way of honoring our own boundaries and emotional well-being. Releasing the past, freeing yourself to move forward. The past can be a heavy weight to carry. We may find ourselves replaying old memories, holding on to regrets, or longing for what once was. But the past is not a place we are meant to live. It is a teacher, a guide, and a chapter that has prepared us for the present. To release the past is to free ourselves from its grip, allowing us to fully embrace the here and now. Releasing the past does not mean forgetting it. It means making peace with it. It means forgiving ourselves and others, acknowledging the lessons learned, and choosing to move forward without carrying the emotional baggage of what cannot be changed. When we release the past, we reclaim our energy and redirect it toward creating a future that aligns with our highest vision. Embracing the power of trust. Letting go requires trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in the universe, and trust in the divine plan that is unfolding in our lives. Trust is the foundation of surrender. It reminds us that we are supported, that everything happens for a reason, and that what is meant for us will come in its perfect time. When we trust, we release the need to control. We stop forcing, chasing, or clinging, and instead we allow life to flow naturally. Trust allows us to embrace uncertainty with grace, knowing that every ending is a new beginning, and every loss is an opportunity for growth. It is through trust that we find the courage to let go and the faith to step into the unknown. A sacred practice for letting go. To begin releasing attachments, create a quiet space where you can reflect and connect with your heart. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize the attachments that are weighing you down. It may be a person, a situation, or an emotion. Allow yourself to fully feel the connection, acknowledging its presence without judgment. As you breathe, imagine gently loosening the ties that bind you to this attachment. Visualize the weight lifting from your heart, replaced by a sense of lightness and freedom. Repeat the affirmation, I release what no longer serves me. I trust that I am supported, and I open myself to the flow of life. If the attachment is to a person, send them love and gratitude, silently saying, I release you with love. I trust that our paths will align as they are meant to. Allow yourself to feel a sense of peace as you let go, knowing that this act of surrender is a gift to both yourself and them. Freedom through letting go. Releasing attachments is not an act of loss. It is an act of freedom. It is the choice to let go of what no longer serves you so that you can step into the fullness of your potential. When we let go, we create space for new experiences, new opportunities, and new levels of growth. We free ourselves to live authentically, to love unconditionally, and to embrace the infinite possibilities of life. Letting go is not the end, it is the beginning of a new chapter. It is a declaration of faith in the journey ahead and a reminder that we are never truly alone. As you release the attachments that weigh you down, trust that you are stepping into a life of greater peace, joy, and abundance. You are free, and your soul is ready to soar. Chapter 7: Inner Child Healing and Emotional Release. Within each of us lives a child, a tender, curious, and creative being who once viewed the world with wonder and possibility. This inner child is the essence of who we are, unburdened by the limitations and expectations of the adult world. Yet over time, the experiences of life can create wounds that dim this light, leaving the inner child feeling neglected, unheard, or unsafe. These wounds may linger in our subconscious, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Healing the inner child is a sacred journey of remembrance and reconnection. It is the process of meeting your younger self with compassion, offering them the love, safety, and nurturing they may not have received. Through this healing, we release the emotional burdens of the past and invite more joy, love, and freedom into our lives. It is a journey back to wholeness, where the innocence, playfulness, and light of the inner child are embraced and celebrated. The wounds of the inner child. The wounds of the inner child often stem from unmet needs, unexpressed emotions, or painful experiences from our earliest years. These may include feelings of abandonment, rejection, criticism, or neglect. Even the most well-meaning environments can leave imprints on the inner child, as moments of misunderstanding or unmet expectations take root in the subconscious. These wounds, though often hidden, shape how we see ourselves and the world around us. They can manifest as self-doubt, fear of abandonment, perfectionism, or the inability to set boundaries. The inner child carries the echoes of past hurts, and without healing, these echoes can influence our adult lives, creating patterns of behavior and emotion that no longer serve us. Recognizing these wounds is the first step toward healing. Ask yourself, what was I told about myself as a child? Were my emotions validated, or was I taught to suppress them? What unmet needs or painful experiences may still be lingering within me? By exploring these questions with curiosity and compassion, we begin to uncover the places within us that are longing for love and attention. Reconnecting with your inner child. Reconnecting with your inner child is a process of opening your heart to the parts of yourself that feel forgotten or unloved. It is about creating a safe space where your inner child feels seen, heard, and cherished. This connection allows you to nurture the child within, offering them the love and validation they have always deserved. Begin by visualizing your earlier self. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine yourself as a child. See this child clearly, their face, their expression, their energy. What do they look like? How do they feel? Imagine sitting down with them, holding their hand, and asking, "What do you need from me?" What would make you feel safe and loved? As you connect with your inner child, listen with an open heart. Allow them to express their feelings without judgment. Whether they are sad, scared, or joyful, hold space for them to be exactly as they are. Let them know that you are there for them, that they are safe, and that they are deeply loved. Healing through nurturing and play. Healing the inner child is not just about addressing wounds. It is also about celebrating their joy, creativity, and wonder. Your inner child is the part of you that delights in play, laughter, and imagination. By nurturing these qualities, you invite more lightness and spontaneity into your life. Make time for activities that spark joy and creativity. Dance, paint, sing, or play outside. Do the things that made your heart light up as a child, whether it's running barefoot in the grass, building a fort, or watching your favorite childhood movie. These moments of play are not frivolous. They are acts of love for your inner child, reminding them that life is meant to be joyful. Nurturing your inner child also involves creating rituals of self-care and comfort. Wrap yourself in a soft blanket, light a candle, or read a comforting story. Speak to yourself with kindness, using words that you wish you had heard as a child. You are loved. You are enough. You are safe. These small acts of care send a powerful message to your inner child that they are valued and cherished. Releasing emotional pain. As you reconnect with your inner child, you may uncover emotions that have been buried for years. These emotions, grief, anger, sadness, or fear, are the echoes of past experiences that were never fully processed. Releasing these emotions is an essential part of inner child healing, as it allows you to clear the emotional blocks that have been holding you back. When these emotions arise, give yourself permission to feel them fully. Find a quiet space where you can be alone and let the feelings flow without judgment. Cry if you need to. Scream into a pillow. Write a letter to your younger self, expressing the emotions that have been stored inside. Release these feelings with the understanding that they are no longer yours to carry. As you let them go, you create space for peace, love, and light to fill your heart. The gifts of inner child healing. Healing your inner child brings profound transformation. It allows you to release the patterns of fear, self-doubt, and unworthiness that were formed in childhood, replacing them with confidence, self-love, and joy. It reconnects you with the parts of yourself that are vibrant, creative, and full of wonder. Through inner child healing, you become your own source of love and safety. You stop seeking validation from the outside world because you have learned to validate and nurture yourself. You embrace your imperfections with compassion, knowing that they are part of what makes you beautifully human. Perhaps most importantly, healing your inner child allows you to approach life with a sense of openness and curiosity. You begin to see the world not through the lens of fear or limitation, but through the eyes of your inner child, eyes that are filled with wonder, gratitude, and possibility. A sacred practice for inner child healing. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can connect with your inner child. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself in the present moment. Visualize yourself as a child, standing in a place where you felt safe and happy. See your earlier self clearly, and as you approach them, imagine wrapping them in a warm, loving embrace. Speak to your inner child with kindness, saying, "I see you, I hear you. You are safe and you are loved. You are perfect just as you are." Allow them to share anything they wish to express, whether it's a feeling, a memory, or a need. Listen with an open heart, offering them your unconditional love and support. If emotions arise during this practice, let them flow. Cry if you need to. Laugh if joy bubbles up. Allow yourself to feel fully, knowing that this is part of the healing process. When you feel complete, thank your inner child for trusting you and remind them that you are always there for them. Embracing the child within. Healing your inner child is a journey of self-discovery, self-compassion, and self-love. It is an invitation to embrace the child within, to honor their wounds, and to celebrate their light. As you nurture and heal your inner child, you reclaim your joy, your creativity, and your sense of wonder. You step into a life that is not burdened by the past, but illuminated by the love and freedom you have cultivated within. Your inner child is a source of infinite wisdom, playfulness, and love. They are a reminder of the beauty and innocence that still exist within you. By healing this sacred part of yourself, you open the door to a life filled with more joy, connection, and authenticity than you ever thought possible. Chapter 8. Building a Foundation of Self-Love and Acceptance. Self-love is the cornerstone of all growth, healing, and transformation. It is the foundation upon which we build our sense of worth, confidence, and peace. Without self-love, we may find ourselves searching for validation, fulfillment, or happiness in external sources, only to feel empty and disconnected. But with self-love, we return to our natural state of wholeness, knowing that we are already complete, already enough, just as we are. In this chapter, we explore the journey of building a foundation of self-love and acceptance, a journey that invites us to release self-criticism, heal insecurity, and embrace the fullness of who we are. Self-love is not a destination. It is a practice, a daily commitment to honor and nurture yourself as the divine being you are. It is a sacred act of reclaiming your power, your worth, and your light. Understanding self-love, a return to wholeness. Self-love is not about vanity, arrogance, or selfishness. It is about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the kindness and compassion you deserve. It is about honoring your needs, celebrating your uniqueness and embracing every part of yourself, even the parts you once deemed unworthy or unlovable. Self-love is a return to wholeness. It is the realization that you are not defined by your past, your flaws, or the opinions of others. You are a soul in human form, perfectly imperfect and infinitely deserving of love. When you love yourself, you align with the truth of who you are, a radiant being of light, worthy of all the beauty and abundance that life has to offer. Healing self-criticism and negative self-talk. One of the greatest barriers to self-love is self-criticism. The voice of the inner critic can be harsh, unkind, and relentless, perpetuating feelings of unworthiness, doubt, and shame. This voice often stems from past experiences, societal pressures, or the belief that we must be perfect to be loved. To heal self-criticism, we must first become aware of the inner dialogue that shapes our perception of ourselves. Pay attention to the words you speak to yourself. Are they kind, encouraging, and supportive? Or are they judgmental, harsh, and demeaning? Awareness is the first step toward change. When you notice self-critical thoughts, gently challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Would I speak this way to someone I love? Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. I am doing my best. I am learning and growing. I am worthy of love and grace. Affirmations can be powerful tools for rewiring your inner dialogue. Repeat affirmations that nurture self-love, such as, I am enough. I am worthy of love and acceptance. I honor and celebrate who I am. Over time, these affirmations will begin to shift your mindset, replacing self-criticism with self-kindness. Embracing your uniqueness. In a world that often encourages comparison, it can be challenging to embrace our uniqueness. We may feel pressured to conform, to fit into molds, or to measure our worth against others. But the truth is, your uniqueness is your greatest gift. There is no one else in the world like you, and that is your superpower. Self-love calls us to celebrate what makes us different, the quirks, talents, and perspectives that define who we are. It is about honoring our individuality and recognizing that our value is not determined by how we compare to others, but by the light we bring to the world. When you embrace your uniqueness, you step into your power and inspire others to do the same. Reflect on the qualities that make you special. What are your strengths, passions, and gifts? What do you love about yourself? Celebrate these aspects of who you are and let go of the need for external validation. You are enough, just as you are. Cultivating self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the practice of embracing yourself fully, without judgment or conditions. It is the willingness to love yourself in the present moment, even as you continue to grow and evolve. Self-acceptance is not about ignoring your flaws or imperfections. It is about seeing them through the lens of compassion and recognizing that they are part of your journey. To cultivate self-acceptance, begin by acknowledging the parts of yourself that you may have rejected or hidden. These may be aspects of your personality, your past, or your body. Rather than criticizing or denying these parts, invite them into the light. Say to yourself, I see you. I accept you. You are a part of me, and I choose to love you. Self-acceptance also involves letting go of perfectionism. You do not need to be perfect to be worthy of love. Embrace your humanity, your mistakes, and your vulnerabilities. They are what make you real, relatable, and beautifully human. Remember, growth is a process, and self-acceptance allows you to honor where you are on your journey. Practices for building self-love. Building self-love is an ongoing practice, one that requires intention, patience, and care. Here are some sacred practices to nurture your self-love journey. Daily affirmations. Start each day with affirmations that uplift and empower you. Look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am worthy of love and happiness. Journaling. Write down what you appreciate about yourself. Celebrate your strengths, accomplishments, and qualities. Reflect on the ways you are growing and evolving. Self-care rituals. Create rituals that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Take a relaxing bath, prepare a healthy meal, or spend time doing something you love. Treat yourself with the same care and kindness you would offer a loved one. Gratitude for yourself. Practice gratitude for who you are. Each night, reflect on one thing you are grateful for about yourself, your courage, your kindness, or simply your presence in the world. Compassionate self-talk. When self-critical thoughts arise, pause and reframe them. Speak to yourself with compassion, reminding yourself that you are doing your best and that you deserve love and grace. The ripple effect of self-love. When you build a foundation of self-love, it radiates outward into every area of your life. You begin to set healthier boundaries, attract more authentic relationships, and make choices that align with your highest good. Self-love empowers you to show up fully, unapologetically, and authentically, inspiring others to do the same. As you cultivate self-love, you create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around you. Your light becomes a beacon, reminding others of their own worth and beauty. In loving yourself, you contribute to the collective healing of the world, creating a space where love, acceptance, and compassion can thrive. A sacred practice for self-love and acceptance. Find a quiet space where you can connect with your heart. Place your hands over your heart and close your eyes. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine releasing any self-doubt, criticism, or insecurity. With each inhale, breathe in love, compassion, and acceptance. Silently or aloud, repeat the affirmation, I am worthy of love. I am enough. I accept myself fully, just as I am. Allow these words to sink into your heart, filling you with a sense of peace and empowerment. Visualize your heart radiating love, first to yourself and then out into the world. Loving yourself fully. Building self-love is a journey, not a destination. It is a practice of choosing yourself every day, of honoring your needs, and of embracing your wholeness. As you build this foundation, remember that you are deserving of love, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are enough, exactly as you are, and the world is brighter because of your light. Part 2. Transformation Stage, Becoming the Person You Want to Be. Chapter 9. Shifting Your Mindset for Personal Growth. The mind is a powerful tool, one that has the ability to shape our reality, influence our emotions, and determine the course of our lives. Our thoughts are like seeds, and the mindset we cultivate is the soil in which those seeds grow. When our mindset is rooted in positivity, abundance, and possibility, we create a fertile ground for personal growth and transformation. Conversely, when it is clouded by negativity, fear, or lack, we limit our potential and block the flow of joy and abundance into our lives. Shifting your mindset is an act of empowerment. It is the decision to take responsibility for your thoughts, to consciously choose perspectives that uplift and inspire you, and to release the negative patterns that no longer serve you. This shift is not about denying challenges or ignoring pain. It is about choosing to see them through the lens of growth and opportunity. In this chapter, we explore how to cultivate a mindset that aligns with your highest potential, transforming negative thinking into a foundation for personal growth and self-mastery. The power of perspective, reframing your reality. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. It determines how you interpret experiences, respond to challenges, and perceive yourself and others. A negative mindset can make even the most beautiful moments feel heavy, while a positive mindset has the power to uncover hidden blessings in the midst of difficulty. The key to shifting your mindset lies in the art of reframing, choosing to see your reality through a new, more empowering perspective. Reframing begins with awareness. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me? How can I grow from this? Is there an opportunity hidden within this difficulty? By shifting your focus from what is wrong to what can be learned, you begin to see life as a series of opportunities for growth, rather than a series of obstacles. For example, instead of viewing failure as a sign of inadequacy, reframe it as a stepping stone to success. Instead of seeing a setback as a punishment, view it as redirection towards something greater. Perspective is everything. And when you choose to see the world through the lens of possibility, you unlock the door to limitless growth. Cultivating an abundant mindset. An abundant mindset is the belief that there is more than enough love, success, resources, and opportunities for everyone, including yourself. It is the understanding that the universe is infinitely abundant and that you are inherently deserving of that abundance. Cultivating this mindset requires letting go of scarcity thinking, the belief that there is not enough or that you must compete or struggle to receive what you desire. To shift from scarcity to abundance, begin by practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for rewiring your mindset, as it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for, no matter how small. This practice trains your mind to notice the blessings in your life, creating a foundation of abundance. Affirmations can also help cultivate an abundant mindset. Repeat phrases like, I am deserving of abundance. The universe supports me. There is more than enough for everyone. These affirmations reprogram your subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts with the energy of abundance. Lastly, let go of comparison. Your journey is uniquely yours, and abundance is not a finite resource. When you celebrate the success and joy of others, you align yourself with the energy of abundance, trusting that there is more than enough for you too. Transforming negative thinking patterns. Negative thinking patterns are like weeds in the garden of your mind. They choke out positivity, drain your energy, and keep you stuck in cycles of doubt and fear. These patterns often stem from past experiences, limiting beliefs, or unresolved emotions. While they may feel deeply ingrained, they are not permanent. With intention and practice, they can be transformed. The first step is to identify your negative thought patterns. Pay attention to the recurring thoughts that arise throughout your day. Do you often think in absolutes, like I always fail or nothing ever works out for me? Do you dwell on worst-case scenarios or focus on what could go wrong? Recognizing these patterns is the first step to changing them. Once you've identified a negative thought, challenge its validity. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is there evidence to support it, or is it based on fear or assumption? Often, negative thoughts are not based in reality, they are simply habitual reactions. By questioning them, you begin to loosen their hold. Replace negative thoughts with positive, empowering ones. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, replace it with, I am capable and deserving. If you find yourself thinking, I'll never succeed, reframe it as, every step I take brings me closer to success. With practice, these new thought patterns will become your default. The role of self-talk in shaping your mindset. The way you speak to yourself matters. Your self-talk is like an internal dialogue that shapes your beliefs, emotions, and actions. Positive self-talk is a powerful tool for shifting your mindset as it reinforces your worth, capabilities, and potential. When you notice self-critical or negative self-talk, pause and reframe it. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, with kindness, encouragement, and love. For example, if you find yourself saying, I can't do this, try saying, this is challenging, but I am capable of figuring it out. Compassionate self-talk creates a supportive inner environment where growth and resilience can thrive. Practices for shifting your mindset. Shifting your mindset is a practice that requires consistency and intention. Here are some tools to help you cultivate a positive, abundant mindset. 1. Daily gratitude. Begin each day by writing down 3 things you are grateful for. This simple practice trains your mind to focus on abundance and positivity. 2. Visualization. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your goals and dreams as if they have already come true. Imagine how it feels to live in alignment with your highest vision. 3. Mindfulness. Practice being present in the moment. Notice your thoughts without judgment and gently redirect them toward positivity and possibility. 4. Affirmations. Repeat affirmations that align with the mindset you want to cultivate. For example, I am capable, I am abundant, I am resilient. 5. Surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with people, environments, and media that uplift and inspire you. The energy you surround yourself with influences your mindset. The ripple effect of a positive mindset. When you shift your mindset, you not only transform your own life, but also influence the lives of those around you. A positive, abundant mindset radiates outward, creating a ripple effect of inspiration, hope, and possibility. You become a beacon of light, showing others what is possible when we choose to align our thoughts with love, growth, and abundance. As you cultivate this mindset, you will notice doors opening that you never thought possible. Opportunities will flow to you effortlessly. Relationships will deepen, and challenges will become stepping stones. Your mindset is your greatest tool for personal growth, and by choosing to nurture it, you create a life that reflects the beauty, joy, and abundance of your inner world. A sacred practice for shifting your mindset. Each morning, set aside a few minutes to center yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine your mind as a garden. Visualize clearing away any weeds, negative thoughts, fears, or doubts, and planting seeds of positivity, love, and abundance. As you breathe, repeat the affirmation: My mind is a garden of possibility. I choose thoughts that nourish my growth and align with my highest self. Imagine these seeds growing into vibrant flowers, filling your mind with light and beauty. Carry this visualization with you throughout the day, reminding yourself that you have the power to choose your thoughts and create your reality. The gift of mindset transformation. Shifting your mindset is one of the most transformative gifts you can give yourself. It empowers you to see challenges as opportunities, to live with gratitude and joy, and to create a life that reflects your highest potential. As you cultivate a positive, abundant mindset, you step into the truth of who you are: a creator, a visionary, and a force of light in the world. Chapter 10: Setting and Achieving Meaningful Goals. Dreams are the whispers of your soul, calling you toward a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. They are not random. They are divine seeds planted within you, waiting to bloom. Setting meaningful goals is the bridge between your dreams and reality. It is the act of turning inspiration into action, of aligning your vision with your efforts. Goals give structure to your dreams, infusing them with intention and focus, and empowering you to create the life you desire. In this chapter, we explore how to set and achieve goals that are deeply aligned with your soul's purpose. Setting meaningful goals is not just about accomplishing tasks or ticking boxes. It is about honoring your potential, stepping into your power, and co-creating with the universe to manifest a life that reflects your highest self. The power of intention, aligning goals with your purpose. Every meaningful goal begins with intention. Intention is the energy that fuels your goals, infusing them with purpose and clarity. When you set a goal, it is not just about what you want to achieve, but why it matters to you. Goals that are aligned with your soul's purpose feel expansive, inspiring, and deeply fulfilling. They resonate with the core of who you are. To align your goals with your purpose, take time to reflect on your values, passions, and dreams. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel alive and connected to something greater than myself? What impact do I want to make in the world? Your answers to these questions will guide you toward goals that are meaningful and aligned with your authentic self. When your goals are rooted in purpose, they become a source of motivation and inspiration, even when challenges arise. Dream big, start small. The art of visioning and planning. Your dreams have no limits. Allow yourself to dream boldly and expansively. Imagine the life you want to create, free from fear or doubt. Visualize it in vivid detail as if it has already come to fruition. What does it feel like? What does it look like? By dreaming big, you expand your sense of what is possible, opening the door to new opportunities and ideas. While it is important to dream big, the path to achieving your goals begins with small, actionable steps. Break down your larger vision into smaller, manageable milestones. Each step, no matter how small, is a building block that brings you closer to your dream. Progress is made not in leaps, but in consistent, intentional actions. For example, if your goal is to start your own business, your first step might be researching your industry or creating a business plan. If your dream is to improve your health, your first step might be drinking more water or taking a daily walk. Celebrate each small victory, knowing that every step is a part of the journey. SMART goals, turning dreams into action. One of the most effective methods for setting meaningful and achievable goals is the SMART framework, originally introduced by George T. Doran in 1981. This widely embraced framework helps transform abstract dreams into actionable plans by giving clarity and structure to your goals. While originally created for organizational management, the SMART method ensures that your goals are clear, actionable, and achievable. SMART goals are specific. Clearly define what you want to achieve. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, say, I will exercise for 30 minutes 5 times a week. Measurable. Determine how you will measure your progress. This allows you to track your achievements and stay motivated. Achievable. Set goals that are challenging yet realistic. Ensure they are within your current resources and capabilities. Relevant. Align your goals with your values and priorities. Ask yourself, does this goal matter to me? Does it align with my purpose? Time-bound. Set a deadline for your goal to create a sense of urgency and focus. Using the SMART framework transforms your goals from abstract ideas into concrete plans, giving you clarity and direction. Overcoming resistance and staying motivated. As you work toward your goals, it is natural to encounter resistance. Fear, doubt, or procrastination may arise, tempting you to give up or lose focus. Resistance is not a sign of failure, it is an invitation to grow. It challenges you to step outside your comfort zone and strengthen your commitment to your vision. When resistance arises, return to your why. Remind yourself of the purpose and meaning behind your goal. Visualize the outcome and the joy it will bring. Break your tasks into smaller, more manageable steps to reduce overwhelm and seek support from friends, mentors, or coaches who can encourage you along the way. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take is a victory, and acknowledging your efforts reinforces your motivation and confidence. Remember, progress is not always linear. There may be setbacks or detours, but these are simply opportunities to learn and adjust. Co-creating with the universe. Manifesting your goals is not a solo endeavor. It is a collaboration with the universe. When you set an intention and take aligned action, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, even if the path unfolds differently than you expected. Co-creating with the universe requires both action and surrender. Take intentional steps toward your goals while remaining open to divine guidance and timing. Trust that delays, obstacles, or unexpected opportunities are part of the greater plan. By aligning your efforts with faith, you create a flow of energy that supports your vision. In moments of doubt, practice gratitude for what you have already achieved and for what is on its way. Gratitude amplifies your vibration, attracting more abundance and opportunities into your life. Say to yourself, I am grateful for the journey. I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly for my highest good. A sacred practice for goal setting. Begin your goal setting practice by creating a sacred space. Light a candle, play soothing music, and sit in stillness. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself in the present moment. Visualize your ideal life, allowing your heart to guide you. What dreams light you up? What goals feel aligned with your soul? Write down your goals with clarity and intention. Use the SMART framework to make them actionable and specific. Then, create a list of small, immediate steps you can take to move toward your goals. Each evening, reflect on your progress and set an intention for the next day. End your practice by repeating the affirmation, I am capable of achieving my dreams. I trust in my ability to create a life I love. I align my actions with my purpose, and the universe supports me every step of the way. Living a life of purpose and vision. Setting and achieving meaningful goals is not just about reaching a destination. It is about becoming the person you are meant to be. It is about aligning your actions with your values, honoring your dreams, and creating a life that reflects your truth. Each goal you set and achieve is a step closer to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Remember, you are the architect of your reality. Your dreams are sacred, and your goals are the tools that bring them to life. With intention, action, and faith, you have the power to create a life that is not only meaningful, but truly extraordinary. Chapter 11. Building Confidence and Self-Worth. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. It is the quiet yet powerful knowing of your worth, your abilities, and your place in the world. Confidence is not about perfection. It is about showing up as your authentic self, embracing your imperfections, and trusting in your unique gifts. It is about recognizing that you are worthy, capable, and enough, just as you are. Self-worth, on the other hand, is the foundation upon which confidence is built. It is the deep, unshakable belief in your inherent value. While confidence is expressed outwardly, self-worth resides within, anchoring you in the truth that your worth is not tied to achievements, appearances, or external validation. Together, confidence and self-worth empower you to step into your full potential and embody the best version of yourself. In this chapter, we explore steps to cultivate confidence and self-worth, helping you to stand tall in your power, embrace your uniqueness, and create a life that reflects the radiance of your true self. The truth about confidence and self-worth. Many people believe that confidence comes from external success or validation, that it is something we achieve when we look a certain way, reach a certain goal, or gain approval from others. But true confidence is not dependent on external factors. It is born from within, from the relationship you have with yourself and the beliefs you hold about your worth. Self-worth is the realization that you are inherently valuable simply because you exist. It is not something you earn. It is something you already possess. When you recognize your worth, you stop seeking validation from the outside world and begin to trust in your own inner light. Confidence naturally follows as you step into your power with the knowledge that you are deserving of love, success, and joy. Steps to build confidence and self-worth. 1. Embrace your authenticity. Confidence begins with authenticity. It is about being true to who you are, rather than trying to fit into molds or expectations that don't align with your soul. Embrace your quirks, passions, and individuality. They are what make you unique and valuable. When you show up as your authentic self, you radiate a natural confidence that cannot be faked or forced. Ask yourself, what makes me unique? What do I love about myself? Reflect on your strengths, talents, and qualities, and celebrate them. Remember, your authenticity is your superpower. 2. Practice self-compassion. Confidence and self-worth thrive in an environment of kindness and compassion. Treat yourself with the same love and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. When you make a mistake, instead of criticizing yourself, remind yourself that mistakes are a natural part of growth. Say to yourself, I am human and I am learning. I am worthy of love and grace, even in my imperfections. Self-compassion is the antidote to self-doubt. It creates a safe space for you to grow, learn, and thrive, free from the harsh judgment of your inner critic. 3. Challenge limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are the silent saboteurs of confidence and self-worth. These are the thoughts that tell you, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, or I don't deserve happiness. These beliefs often stem from past experiences or societal conditioning, but they are not the truth of who you are. To challenge these beliefs, begin by identifying them. When a limiting belief arises, ask yourself, is this thought true? What evidence do I have to support or refute it? Replace limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations such as, I am capable, I am deserving, I am enough. With practice, these new beliefs will become your default. 4. Take small, courageous steps. Confidence is built through action. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Start small. Take one courageous step toward your goals, or try something new that challenges you. Each small victory reinforces your belief in yourself and builds momentum for greater growth. Remember, confidence is not about never feeling fear. It is about acting in spite of it. Each act of courage strengthens your self-trust and reminds you of your resilience. 5. Surround yourself with positivity. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your confidence and self-worth. Choose relationships that uplift, encourage, and inspire you. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, celebrate your successes, and support your growth. Equally important, limit your exposure to negativity, whether it's toxic relationships, critical voices, or environments that drain your energy. Protecting your energy is an act of self-love, and it creates the space for your confidence and worth to flourish. 6. Celebrate your progress. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small. Take time to celebrate your progress, whether it's completing a task, overcoming a fear, or simply showing up for yourself. Each step forward is a testament to your strength and determination. Create a ritual of gratitude for yourself. Each evening, reflect on one thing you accomplished that day and thank yourself for your efforts. This practice reinforces your belief in your abilities and nurtures your sense of self-worth. The role of self-worth and confidence. Confidence without self-worth is fleeting. It may be rooted in external validation, which can fade with time. But when confidence is built on the solid foundation of self-worth, it becomes unshakable. Self-worth reminds you that you are enough, even when you stumble, even when things don't go as planned. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded in your truth, allowing your confidence to shine authentically. When you embody self-worth, you no longer seek approval from others to feel good about yourself. You trust in your own value and that trust radiates outward as confidence. You step into the world with the knowing that you are deserving of love, respect, and success, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. A sacred practice for building confidence and self-worth. Find a quiet space where you can connect with your inner self. Close your eyes, place your hands over your heart, and take a deep breath. Visualize yourself standing tall, surrounded by a golden light that represents your worth and power. Repeat the affirmation, I am worthy. I am enough. I trust in my abilities and embrace my unique gifts. Imagine this golden light growing brighter with each breath, filling you with a sense of confidence and love. As you go about your day, carry this light with you. Let it remind you of your inherent worth and the infinite potential that resides within you. Stepping into your power. Building confidence and self-worth is a journey of self-discovery and self-love. It is the process of releasing self-doubt, embracing your authenticity, and honoring the truth of who you are. As you cultivate these qualities, you step into your power, creating a life that reflects your highest potential. You are capable, worthy, and enough, exactly as you are. The world needs your light, your voice, and your unique gifts. By embodying confidence and self-worth, you not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to recognize and celebrate their own. Chapter 12. Creating New Habits and Life Routines. Our lives are shaped by the small actions we take every day, the habits we create, the routines we follow, and the consistency with which we show up for ourselves. These daily practices are the building blocks of our growth, health, and happiness. They create the foundation upon which we build our dreams, manifest our goals, and nurture our well-being. Creating new habits and routines is not just about adding structure to your life. It is a declaration of self-love and commitment to your highest self. It is the process of aligning your actions with your intentions, choosing consistency over perfection, and cultivating a lifestyle that supports your vision for the future. In this chapter, we explore the importance of discipline, sustainability, and mindfulness in forming habits that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. The power of small, consistent actions. Change does not happen overnight. It happens through the small, consistent actions we take each day. These seemingly simple choices, when repeated over time, create a ripple effect that transforms our lives. Whether it's committing to 5 minutes of meditation, choosing a nourishing meal, or journaling your thoughts, each small step contributes to the larger picture of who you are becoming. The key to building new habits is to start small. When we set goals that feel overwhelming or unrealistic, we set ourselves up for frustration and burnout. But when we focus on small, manageable changes, we create momentum. These small victories reinforce our confidence, showing us that transformation is possible. For example, if your goal is to exercise regularly, start with a 10-minute walk each day, rather than committing to an hour-long workout immediately. Over time, as this habit becomes second nature, you can build upon it. Progress is made in the moments of consistency, not in grand leaps. The role of discipline and commitment. Discipline is often misunderstood as rigid or restrictive, but in truth, it is an act of self-love. Discipline is the commitment to show up for yourself, even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. It is the practice of prioritizing what matters most to you and staying aligned with your goals, even when the path feels difficult. Discipline requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing it as a burden, view it as a gift you give to yourself. It is the strength that carries you through moments of doubt, the resilience that helps you overcome obstacles, and the determination that keeps you moving forward. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is the choice to try again, to stay consistent, and to trust in the process, even when the results are not immediately visible. When you cultivate discipline, you build trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are capable of following through on your intentions, which strengthens your confidence and self-worth. Creating routines that align with your values. Your routines are a reflection of your priorities and values. They are the practices that shape how you spend your time, energy, and attention. When you create routines that align with your values, you design a life that feels purposeful, balanced, and fulfilling. Begin by reflecting on what matters most to you. Ask yourself, what are my top priorities in life? What do I want to create space for in my daily routine? How can my habits support my physical, emotional, and spiritual well being? Once you have clarity on your values, design routines that honor them. For example, if your value is self care, create a morning routine that includes journaling, meditation, or a nourishing breakfast. If your value is connection, carve out time each week to nurture your relationships. Let your routines be an expression of what you hold most dear. Sustainability, building habits that last. One of the most important aspects of creating new habits is ensuring they are sustainable. It's easy to fall into the trap of setting ambitious goals that are difficult to maintain in the long term. Sustainable habits are those that feel natural, enjoyable, and aligned with your lifestyle. To create sustainable habits, focus on quality over quantity. Rather than overloading yourself with a long list of changes, choose one or two habits to focus on at a time. Build these habits gradually, allowing them to become ingrained in your routine before introducing new ones. Sustainability also means being flexible. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when your routine is disrupted. Instead of seeing these moments as failures, approach them with grace. Adjust your habits as needed, and remember that consistency over time is more important than perfection in any single moment. The importance of mindfulness in routine. Mindfulness brings intention and presence to your habits and routines. When you approach your daily practices with mindfulness, they become more than tasks to complete. They become sacred rituals that nourish your soul. For example, instead of rushing through your morning coffee, take a moment to savor its aroma and warmth. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through your phone, dedicate 5 minutes to deep breathing or reflection. Mindfulness transforms ordinary routines into opportunities for connection, gratitude, and joy. When you infuse mindfulness into your habits, you create a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. You become more attuned to your needs, more present in your actions, and more aligned with your purpose. Steps to create new habits and routines. 1. Start with intention. Before creating a new habit, reflect on why it matters to you. What is your deeper motivation for this change? Connecting with your why provides the inspiration needed to stay committed. 2. Make it manageable. Choose habits that feel achievable within your current lifestyle. Break them down into small, actionable steps and focus on one habit at a time. 3. Anchor to existing habits. Pair your new habit with an existing routine to make it easier to remember. For example, if you want to start meditating, do it after brushing your teeth or before your morning cup of tea. 4. Track your progress. Use a journal, app, or calendar to track your consistency. Celebrate small victories and let your progress motivate you to keep going. 5. Be patient with yourself. Building habits takes time. Be kind to yourself if you miss a day or face setbacks. Trust that each small effort adds up to meaningful change, a sacred practice for creating routines. Set aside time to create a vision for your ideal daily routine. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine how you want to feel throughout your day. What habits would support your energy, focus, and joy? Write down a few key practices you want to incorporate into your routine and reflect on how they align with your goals and values. Begin each day with a grounding ritual, such as setting an intention or expressing gratitude. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect on what went well and what you learned. This practice reinforces your commitment to your routines and allows you to make adjustments as needed. Consistency as a path to mastery. Consistency is the bridge between intention and transformation. It is through your daily habits and routines that you create the life you envision. Each small, consistent action is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself, a version that honors your values, fulfills your potential, and radiates love and light. Remember, your habits are not about perfection. They are about showing up for yourself, day after day, with love, intention, and trust. As you create new habits and routines, you are laying the foundation for a life of balance, purpose, and joy. Chapter 13. Mastering Time and Energy for Growth. Time is one of the most precious gifts we are given. It is the canvas upon which we paint the story of our lives, moment by moment. But time is not just about hours and minutes. It is about energy, intention, and how we choose to show up for the life we are creating. Mastering your time is about more than just being productive. It is about aligning your actions with your purpose. using your energy wisely, and creating space for growth, joy, and transformation. In this chapter, we explore how to manage your time and energy with intention so you can live a life that reflects your highest potential. By cultivating mindfulness, setting clear priorities, and creating sacred space in your day, you can harness the power of time to support your journey of self-discovery and growth. Time as a reflection of your priorities. How you spend your time is a reflection of what you value most. Each choice you make, whether conscious or unconscious, represents a priority. When we feel overwhelmed or scattered, it is often because our actions are not aligned with our deepest values and goals. The first step in mastering time is to take a step back and reflect. What truly matters to me? How do I want to spend the precious hours of my life? Begin by clarifying your priorities. These might include personal growth, relationships, health, creativity, spirituality, or professional goals. Once you have identified what matters most to you, evaluate how you are currently spending your time. Are your daily actions aligned with your priorities, or are they consumed by distractions, obligations, or habits that no longer serve you? This awareness is the foundation for creating meaningful change. Energy management, honoring your natural rhythms. Time management is deeply connected to energy management. Even with the best schedule, your ability to show up fully depends on how well you are caring for your energy. We are not machines. We are living beings with natural rhythms, emotions, and fluctuations in energy throughout the day. Mastering your time requires honoring these rhythms and aligning your tasks with your energy levels. Take note of when you feel most energized and focused during the day. Are you a morning person who thrives in the early hours, or do you feel most creative and inspired in the evening? Schedule your most important tasks, those that require focus, creativity, or decision-making, during your peak energy periods. Reserve lower energy times for routine or less demanding activities. Equally important is rest. Allow yourself moments of stillness, breaks to recharge, and time to simply be. Rest is not a luxury. It is an essential part of maintaining your energy and showing up as your best self. The power of intention and planning. Each day is a blank canvas, and how you choose to fill it is up to you. By starting your day with intention, you set the tone for how your time and energy will be spent. Intention is the guiding force that helps you stay aligned with your goals, values, and purpose. Begin each morning with a simple practice. Take a moment to breathe, center yourself, and reflect on your intentions for the day. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing I want to accomplish today? How can I align my actions with my values? Write down your top 3 priorities for the day and let these guide your focus. Planning is another powerful tool for mastering your time. Take a few minutes each evening to review your upcoming day. Identify tasks that align with your goals and create a schedule that balances productivity with rest and self-care. Remember, your schedule is a tool to support you, not a rigid structure to control you. Be flexible and allow room for the unexpected, eliminating distractions and creating sacred space. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. Notifications, emails, social media, and endless to-do lists can pull your attention in 100 directions. To master your time and energy, it is essential to create boundaries and sacred space for focus and growth. Start by identifying the distractions that consume your time. Are you spending hours scrolling through your phone or reacting to constant interruptions? Create boundaries to protect your focus. This might include setting specific times to check emails, turning off notifications, or designating phone-free zones in your home. Creating sacred space is not just about physical boundaries. It is about cultivating an environment that supports your intentions. Dedicate a specific time and place for your most important activities, whether it's meditation, journaling, working on a passion project, or connecting with loved ones. Treat this time as sacred, honoring it with your full presence and attention. The art of saying no. One of the greatest challenges in mastering time is learning to say no. It can be difficult to turn down requests, obligations, or opportunities, especially if you fear disappointing others. But saying yes to everything often means saying no to yourself and your priorities. Saying no is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-respect. It is about protecting your time and energy so you can focus on what truly matters. When you say no to what doesn't align with your values, you create space for what does. Practice saying no with kindness and clarity, remembering that your time is a precious resource that deserves to be honored. Steps to master your time and energy. 1. Clarify your priorities. Reflect on what matters most to you and let these guide your actions and decisions. 2. Honor your energy. Align your tasks with your natural energy levels and allow time for rest and rejuvenation. 3. Plan with intention. Start each day with a clear focus and use planning tools to organize your time effectively. 4. Eliminate distractions. Create boundaries to protect your focus and dedicate sacred space for growth and transformation. 5. Practice flexibility. Embrace the unexpected with grace and adjust your plans as needed while staying aligned with your goals. 6. Say no when needed. Honor your time by setting boundaries and saying no to commitments that don't align with your values. A sacred practice for time and energy mastery. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect and realign. Sit in stillness, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, how did I honor my time and energy today? What worked well, and what could I improve tomorrow? As you reflect, express gratitude for the moments of alignment and growth you experienced. Write down your top priorities for the next day and set an intention to approach your time with presence, focus, and mindfulness. This evening ritual helps you close the day with clarity and prepares you to greet the next with intention, living with purpose and flow. Mastering your time and energy is not about doing more. It is about living with purpose, intention, and balance. It is about creating a life that reflects your values, supports your well-being, and allows space for growth and joy. When you align your actions with your priorities and honor your energy, you create a rhythm of life that feels fulfilling and expansive. Remember, you are the architect of your time. By consciously choosing how you spend your days, you shape the life you wish to create. Time is not just something to manage, it is a gift to cherish, a resource to honor, and a sacred space for transformation. Chapter 14. Stepping out of your comfort zone and facing challenges. Growth never happens within the safety of the familiar. To step into your potential and become the person you are meant to be, you must be willing to leave the comfort of what is known and venture into the uncharted territories of life. While it may feel daunting, stepping out of your comfort zone is where transformation occurs. It is in those moments of uncertainty, challenge, and fear that you discover your strength, resilience, and boundless potential. This chapter is an invitation to embrace the challenges and obstacles that life places before you, not as barriers, but as opportunities for expansion. It is about reframing fear as a teacher, pushing past self-imposed limitations, and stepping boldly into a life that reflects your highest vision. The illusion of the comfort zone. The comfort zone is a place of safety, routine, and predictability. It feels warm and familiar, offering a sense of security and control. But while the comfort zone protects us from uncertainty, it also keeps us stagnant. It is a space where growth is limited, creativity is stifled, and potential remains untapped. Staying within your comfort zone may feel safe, but it often comes at the cost of your dreams, your purpose, and your fullest expression of self. The comfort zone is an illusion. It provides temporary ease, but denies you the fulfillment that comes from growth and achievement. To move forward, you must be willing to let go of this false sense of security and step into the unknown. Reframing fear as a teacher. Fear is a natural response to stepping outside your comfort zone. It arises when you face uncertainty, risk, or the possibility of failure. But fear is not something to avoid. It is something to embrace. Fear is a guide, pointing you toward the areas of life where growth is needed most. When you feel fear, ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What am I afraid of losing? And what might I gain if I move through this fear? Often, fear arises not because you are incapable, but because you are standing on the edge of transformation. It is a signal that you are stepping into something greater than you have experienced before. Instead of resisting fear, invite it in, acknowledge its presence, and thank it for guiding you. Then, take a deep breath and choose to act in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to move forward with an open heart, even when fear is present. Overcoming obstacles, finding strength in challenges. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but they are not here to defeat you. They are here to shape you. Each obstacle you face is an opportunity to strengthen your character, deepen your resilience, and uncover your potential. Challenges push you to dig deeper, to discover resources within yourself that you didn't know existed. When faced with a challenge, shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me? How can I grow from this?" By reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, you transform them into stepping stones on your path to success. Remember, obstacles are temporary, but the lessons they offer are lifelong. Trust in your ability to navigate difficulties, knowing that each challenge is preparing you for the next level of your journey. Pushing beyond limitations. The limitations you experience are often self-imposed. They are the beliefs, fears, and doubts that tell you, "I can't, I'm not enough," or "It's too hard." These limitations may feel real, but they are simply stories you've told yourself, stories that can be rewritten. To push beyond your limitations, begin by questioning them. Ask yourself, what belief is holding me back? Is this belief true, or is it a product of fear or past conditioning? Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, such as, "I am capable, I am resourceful, I am worthy of success." Take small steps outside your comfort zone. Each time you push past a limitation, you expand your sense of what is possible. Over time, these small acts of courage build momentum, allowing you to tackle bigger challenges and achieve greater heights. Stepping into your potential. Your potential is limitless, but it can only be realized when you are willing to stretch beyond what feels comfortable. Stepping into your potential requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the divine timing of life. It is about believing that you are capable of more than you can currently imagine and taking action to bring that belief to life. As you step into your potential, you may encounter resistance, both from within and from the outside world. Doubts may creep in, or others may question your path. But remember, your journey is yours alone. You are not here to live according to others' expectations. You are here to honor your soul's calling and fulfill your unique purpose. A sacred practice for embracing fear and growth. Find a quiet space where you can reflect and connect with your inner strength. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself in the present moment. Visualize a situation where you feel fear or resistance, something you know you need to face to grow. As you hold the situation in your mind, imagine a warm golden light surrounding you. This light represents your courage, your inner power, and your potential. Repeat the affirmation, "I am stronger than my fears. I choose growth over comfort. I trust in my ability to overcome any challenge." Visualize yourself stepping into the situation with confidence, supported by the golden light. See yourself overcoming the challenge, learning from it, and emerging stronger. Hold on to this vision as a reminder that you are capable of facing whatever life presents. The rewards of stepping out of your comfort zone. When you step out of your comfort zone and face challenges with courage, you unlock new levels of growth, strength, and possibility. You discover talents you didn't know you had, build resilience that carries you through life's trials, and create a life that reflects your deepest desires. The journey outside your comfort zone may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Each step you take brings you closer to your potential, your purpose, and your truth. You are capable of far more than you realize, and the rewards of growth far outweigh the temporary discomfort of fear. Living beyond the comfort zone. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. It is where dreams are realized, where transformation occurs, and where you step into the fullness of who you are. By embracing fear, overcoming obstacles, and pushing beyond limitations, you create a life that is bold, expansive, and aligned with your highest self. Remember, growth is a lifelong journey. Each step outside your comfort zone prepares you for the next. Trust in the process, honor your courage, and know that every challenge you face is leading you toward the life you were born to live. Chapter 15. Developing Emotional Intelligence and Resilience. Our emotions are profound messengers, guiding us toward deeper self-awareness, meaningful connections, and transformative growth. Yet, they can feel overwhelming if we don't know how to understand and navigate them. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, regulate, and work with your emotions, opens the door to self-mastery and harmony in your relationships. Paired with resilience, the ability to adapt and recover from life's challenges, these skills empower you to walk through life with grace, strength, and clarity. Developing emotional intelligence and resilience is a lifelong journey, one that allows you to respond to challenges with wisdom, manage life's uncertainties, and grow into your fullest potential. Understanding emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to be aware of, understand, and manage your emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. It is the foundation of empathy, self-awareness, and effective communication. Unlike IQ, which measures cognitive abilities, EQ reflects your capacity to navigate the complexities of human emotions with mindfulness and compassion. When you develop this awareness, you create space to respond to emotions with clarity, instead of reacting out of habit. There are 5 key components of emotional intelligence. 1. Self-awareness. The ability to recognize and understand your own emotions and their impact on your thoughts and actions. 2. Self-regulation. The ability to manage your emotions in healthy ways rather than reacting impulsively or suppressing them. 3. Motivation. The ability to use your emotions as fuel for personal growth, persistence, and purpose-driven action. 4. Empathy. The ability to understand and connect with the emotions of others, fostering compassion and connection. 5. Social skills. The ability to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and build meaningful relationships. To deepen self-awareness, begin by pausing when strong emotions arise. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What triggered this response? Instead of pushing the emotion away or judging it, welcome it with curiosity. Every emotion carries a message, and by listening to it, you can uncover insights about yourself and your needs. Managing emotions is equally important. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring what you feel, but rather learning to regulate emotions in a healthy way. When frustration, sadness, or fear arises, try grounding yourself in the present moment. Take a walk, journal your thoughts, or practice deep breathing to release tension. Over time, these practices allow you to navigate emotions with greater ease and resilience. Empathy is another pillar of emotional intelligence. It is the ability to step into someone else's perspective and feel what they feel. When you cultivate empathy, you deepen your connections and create space for compassion, understanding, and healing in your relationships. By learning to honor both your emotions and the emotions of others, you foster harmony in your inner and outer worlds. Developing emotional intelligence allows you to approach life with greater awareness, presence, and authenticity. It helps you navigate your inner world while building deeper, more harmonious connections with those around you. Strengthening emotional self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It is the ability to tune into your inner world and recognize the emotions you are experiencing in the moment. By cultivating self-awareness, you gain clarity about your triggers, patterns, and emotional needs, allowing you to respond to life with intention rather than reaction. To strengthen self-awareness, begin by observing your emotions without judgment. When a strong emotion arises, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What triggered this emotion? What is this emotion trying to teach me? Journaling can be a powerful tool for deepening self-awareness. Write about your emotional experiences, reflecting on what you felt, why you felt it, and how you responded. Over time, this practice will help you identify patterns and gain insight into your emotional landscape. Mastering emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage your emotions in healthy, constructive ways. It does not mean suppressing or ignoring your emotions. Rather, it involves acknowledging and processing them with mindfulness and intention. When faced with intense emotions, try the following practices. 1. Pause and breathe. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself before reacting. This simple act creates space for clarity and prevents impulsive reactions. 2. Label your emotions. Name the emotion you are feeling. Research shows that labeling emotions can reduce their intensity and help you process them more effectively. 3. Reframe the situation. Shift your perspective by asking, how can I view this situation in a more constructive or compassionate way? 4. Release emotional energy. Find healthy outlets for processing emotions, such as journaling, exercising, or talking to a trusted friend or therapist. By mastering emotional regulation, you cultivate inner peace and the ability to respond to challenges with grace and wisdom, building empathy and connection. Empathy is the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to feel what they feel, and understand their perspective. It is the bridge that connects us as human beings, fostering compassion, kindness, and mutual respect. Empathy strengthens your relationships and deepens your connection with others. To cultivate empathy, practice active listening. When someone shares their feelings, give them your full attention without interrupting or offering advice. Reflect back what you hear to ensure you understand their perspective. For example, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed. Is that right?" This simple act of validation creates a safe space for emotional connection. Remember, empathy begins with self-compassion. The more you understand and honor your own emotions, the more you can extend that understanding to others. Resilience, bouncing back and moving forward. Life will inevitably present moments of adversity, but resilience allows you to rise each time you fall. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about meeting them with courage and trust. It is the strength to adapt, learn, and grow through the trials you face, emerging wiser and more grounded. Building resilience begins with a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing challenges as setbacks, see them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can this challenge make me stronger? When you reframe difficulties in this way, you transform them into stepping stones on your path of personal growth. To build resilience, focus on these practices. Cultivate a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Remind yourself that setbacks are temporary and that each obstacle is a stepping stone to greater strength. Build a support system. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Lean on friends, family, or mentors when you need encouragement or guidance. Practice gratitude. Focus on the blessings in your life, even during difficult times. Gratitude shifts your perspective and reminds you of the abundance that exists, even in the midst of struggle. Take care of yourself. Prioritize self-care, rest, and nourishment. A strong foundation of physical and emotional well-being enhances your ability to cope with challenges. Resilience is not about never falling. It is about rising each time you do, stronger and wiser than before. The dance between emotional intelligence and resilience. Emotional intelligence and resilience are deeply interconnected. When you develop self-awareness and learn to navigate your emotions, you build the inner strength needed to face life's challenges. Similarly, resilience enhances your ability to remain emotionally grounded during difficult times, allowing you to respond to adversity with wisdom and grace. Together, these qualities empower you to navigate life's highs and lows with balance and clarity. They help you maintain a sense of inner peace, even in the midst of uncertainty, and give you the tools to transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Set aside time each day for reflection and emotional connection. Find a quiet space where you can tune into your inner world. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and ask yourself, what emotions did I experience today? How did I respond to those emotions? What did I learn about myself and others? As you reflect, offer yourself compassion for any difficult moments and gratitude for your efforts to grow. Repeat the affirmation, I honor my emotions as sacred guides. I trust in my ability to navigate life with wisdom, strength, and grace. Living with emotional intelligence and resilience. Developing emotional intelligence and resilience transforms the way you experience life. It allows you to navigate challenges with confidence, connect deeply with others, and live in alignment with your highest self. By honoring your emotions, building your strength, and approaching life with compassion, you create a foundation for lasting growth and fulfillment. Remember, your emotions are not obstacles. They are allies. They are here to guide you, teach you, and help you grow. Trust in your ability to navigate them and know that each step you take on this journey brings you closer to the vibrant, resilient, and empowered person you are meant to be. Chapter 16. Mastering the flow state and creative expression. Creativity is not reserved for artists, writers, or musicians. It is an innate force that exists within each of us. It is the divine energy that flows through your soul, allowing you to dream, imagine, and bring new ideas into existence. Whether you are painting a masterpiece, solving a problem, or building a life that reflects your deepest desires, creativity is the spark that fuels your vision and makes it tangible. When you master the flow state, you step into a sacred rhythm where time disappears, inspiration flows effortlessly, and you are fully present with the moment. It is in this state that your greatest ideas emerge, your deepest truths are revealed, and your connection to the universe feels undeniable. In this chapter, we explore how to tap into your creative potential and harness the flow state as a source of inspiration and manifestation. The flow state, where creativity thrives. The flow state is often described as being in the zone. It is a state of complete immersion and focus, where your mind is quiet, your actions feel effortless, and you are fully engaged in the present moment. In this state, the boundaries between you and your work dissolve, and you become a vessel for creative energy to flow through you. Reaching the flow state requires a balance between challenge and skill. When a task feels too easy, your mind may wander. When it feels too difficult, frustration can arise. But when the task stretches your abilities just enough, you enter a space where effort and enjoyment merge. This balance allows you to tap into your creative potential with ease and grace. The flow state is not something you force, it is something you invite. It arises when you let go of distractions, quiet your inner critic, and surrender to the joy of creating. It is a dance between focus and freedom, structure and spontaneity. Creativity as a spiritual practice. Creativity is more than an act of making, it is an act of connection. When you create, you align yourself with the divine energy of the universe, expressing a piece of the infinite through your unique lens. Creativity is a spiritual practice that allows you to access your intuition, explore your inner world, and manifest your desires in the physical realm. To approach creativity as a spiritual practice, begin by honoring the sacredness of your creative process. Create a space that inspires you, whether it's a quiet corner, a journal, or a canvas. Set an intention for your creative work, asking the universe to guide and inspire you. Let go of the need for perfection and allow yourself to create freely, knowing that the process itself is a form of meditation and self-expression. When you create from a place of presence and intention, your work becomes an extension of your soul. It carries the energy of your truth, your passion, and your light, radiating out into the world in ways that touch and inspire others. Overcoming creative blocks. Creative blocks are not signs of failure. They are invitations to pause, reflect, and reconnect with your inner source. These blocks often arise when fear, self-doubt, or perfectionism take hold, silencing your creative voice. To overcome these blocks, you must first approach them with compassion, recognizing that they are a natural part of the creative journey. Begin by releasing judgment and allowing yourself to create without expectations. Sometimes, the act of creating for the sake of creating, without worrying about the outcome, can dissolve the pressure that blocks inspiration. Explore new mediums, environments, or approaches to awaken fresh ideas and perspectives. If the block feels persistent, take time to reconnect with your body and mind. Movement, such as yoga or a walk in nature, can help release stagnant energy and open channels of inspiration. Journaling or meditation can also bring clarity, helping you uncover the fears or beliefs that may be holding you back. Trust that creativity is always available to you, even in moments of stillness. Tapping into your creative potential. Your creative potential is infinite. It is not limited to specific skills or talents. It is the energy that flows through everything you do. Whether you are writing a poem, preparing a meal, designing a business, or reimagining your life, creativity is the force that brings your vision to life. To tap into this potential, approach your day with curiosity and playfulness. Creativity thrives in an open and curious mind, one that is willing to explore, experiment, and dream. Give yourself permission to try new things, make mistakes, and follow your intuition. Trust that the process will reveal what you need, even if the outcome looks different from what you envisioned. Allow inspiration to guide you, but don't wait for it to arrive before you begin. Often, inspiration arises as you engage in the act of creating. Show up for your creative practice consistently, even when it feels uncertain or imperfect. Each moment you spend in creation is a step closer to uncovering your deepest potential. Manifestation through creativity. Creativity is a powerful tool for manifestation. When you create, you bring the intangible into the tangible, turning thoughts and ideas into reality. This process is a reflection of your ability to co-create with the universe, aligning your vision with action to manifest your desires. Remember, the act of creating is a manifestation in itself. Every time you create, you are demonstrating your ability to transform energy into form, aligning with the abundant flow of the universe. A sacred practice for entering the flow state. To enter the flow state, create a sacred ritual to begin your creative practice. Start by clearing your space and setting an intention for what you wish to create. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and visualize yourself immersed in your work, fully present and inspired. Repeat the affirmation, I am a channel for divine creativity. Inspiration flows through me with ease and grace. As you begin your work, allow yourself to be fully present. Let go of distractions, judgments, or expectations. Trust in the process and surrender to the joy of creating. If your mind begins to wander, gently bring your focus back to the present moment, reconnecting with your intention and breath. Living a life of creative flow. When you master the flow state and embrace your creative expression, life becomes a canvas for your soul's energy. You begin to see creativity not as a task, but as a way of being, a way to infuse your life with meaning, beauty, and possibility. Every moment becomes an opportunity to create, whether it's solving a challenge, nurturing relationships, or designing the life you envision. Creativity is your birthright, and the flow state is your natural rhythm. Trust in your ability to access this energy whenever you need it. By aligning your actions with your intuition and surrendering to the joy of creating, you step into a life of inspiration, fulfillment, and boundless potential. Part 3. Transcendence Stage, Conscious Creation, the Life You've Always Dreamed of. Chapter 17. Aligning with your life purpose and mission. Deep within every soul lies a calling, a unique purpose that whispers to you in quiet moments, inviting you to step into the fullness of who you are. This purpose is not something you must chase or create. It is already within you, waiting to be remembered. It is the essence of your being, the reason your soul chose to come into this life. Aligning with your life purpose is not about achieving external success or fulfilling societal expectations. It is about honoring the truth of your soul. It is about living in harmony with your values, gifts, and passions, and using them to create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. When you align with your purpose, you become a vessel for divine energy to flow through you, enriching your life and the lives of those around you. This chapter is an invitation to embark on the sacred journey of discovering your purpose and aligning with your soul's mission. It is a journey of self-discovery, courage, and trust, one that leads you to a life of greater joy, authenticity, and fulfillment. The nature of life purpose. Your life purpose is not a destination, it is a path. It is not defined by a single achievement or role, but by the essence of how you choose to show up in the world. Your purpose is woven into everything you do, from the smallest acts of kindness to the grandest dreams you pursue. It is the energy you bring to each moment, the love you infuse into your actions, and the light you share with the world. Purpose is deeply personal, and it looks different for everyone. For some, it may involve creative expression, healing, or teaching. For others, it may be found in nurturing relationships, building communities, or spreading joy. Whatever form your purpose takes, it is always aligned with the truth of who you are and the gifts you are here to share. Discovering your purpose is not about figuring out what you should do. It is about connecting with who you are. When you align with your authentic self, your purpose naturally reveals itself, guiding you toward the people, opportunities, and experiences that are meant for you. Listening to the whispers of your soul. Your soul is always speaking to you, offering guidance and nudges toward your purpose. These whispers often come in the form of intuition, dreams, or a deep sense of knowing. They may arise as moments of inspiration, a longing for something more, or a persistent feeling that you are meant for something greater. To hear these whispers, you must create space for stillness and reflection. In the busyness of life, it is easy to overlook the quiet voice of your soul. But when you slow down and tune inward, You begin to recognize the signs and synchronicities that are pointing you toward your purpose. Ask yourself, what lights me up and makes me feel alive? What brings me a deep sense of fulfillment, even when it requires effort? What are the recurring themes or lessons in my life? These questions help you uncover the threads of your purpose, guiding you toward the truth that has been within you all along. Overcoming fear and doubt. The path to aligning with your purpose often requires stepping outside your comfort zone. It may ask you to face fears, release limiting beliefs, or let go of expectations that no longer serve you. This can feel daunting, but it is also where your greatest growth occurs. Fear and doubt are natural parts of the journey. They arise not to stop you, but to challenge you to trust in yourself and the divine plan for your life. When fear arises, remind yourself that you are not alone. You are supported by the universe, and every step you take toward your purpose is guided and protected. Trust that your purpose is uniquely yours. It doesn't matter if it looks different from what others are doing or if the path feels uncertain. Your purpose is not a comparison, it is a calling, and only you can fulfill it. Living in alignment with your purpose. When you align with your purpose, life begins to flow with greater ease and clarity. You feel a sense of harmony between your inner world and the outer world, as if the pieces of your life are falling into place. Challenges still arise, but they no longer feel like barriers. Instead, they become opportunities to grow and deepen your connection to your mission. Living in alignment with your purpose requires intentionality. It means making choices that honor your values, investing your energy in what matters most, and saying no to what doesn't align with your truth. It also means being present in the moment, trusting that each step you take is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. Purpose is not something you achieve once and for all. It is a journey of continuous alignment. As you grow and evolve, your understanding of your purpose may deepen, revealing new layers of meaning and possibility. Embrace this evolution with an open heart, knowing that your purpose is always unfolding in perfect timing. A sacred practice for discovering your purpose. To connect with your life purpose, create a sacred space where you can reflect and tune into your inner guidance. Sit in stillness, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Place your hands over your heart and ask yourself, what am I here to give? How can I serve in a way that feels joyful and authentic? What is my soul calling me to do? Allow the answers to arise without judgment. They may come as words, images, or feelings. Trust whatever rises, even if it doesn't make sense right away. Write down your reflections and revisit them often as you continue to uncover your path. As you move through your day, pay attention to moments of flow, joy, and inspiration. These are clues that you are in alignment with your purpose. Follow these feelings, trusting that they are guiding you toward your highest good. The ripple effect of purpose. When you align with your purpose, you not only transform your own life, you also create a ripple effect that touches the lives of others. Your purpose is not just about what you do, it is about the energy you bring to the world. When you live in alignment with your truth, you inspire others to do the same, creating a wave of positive change that extends far beyond what you can see. Remember, your purpose is not separate from the divine, it is an expression of it. By living your purpose, you become a channel for love, light, and transformation, contributing to the greater harmony of the universe. Walking the path of purpose. Aligning with your life purpose is one of the most fulfilling journeys you can undertake. It is a path of self-discovery, courage, and trust. A path that leads you to the truth of who you are and the gifts you are here to share. As you walk this path, remember that your purpose is not something you have to create. It is something you uncover, step by step, with each choice, action, and moment of alignment. You are here for a reason, and the world is waiting for the unique light that only you can offer. Trust in your journey, honor your calling, and know that every step you take is bringing you closer to the life you were meant to live. Chapter 18. Living in Flow, Surrender and Trust in the Divine Process. There is a profound freedom that comes with surrender. It is the moment you release the need to control every detail of your life and place your trust in the divine flow of the universe. Surrender is not about giving up or becoming passive. It is an act of deep faith and inner strength. It is the understanding that there is a greater wisdom guiding your path, a force far more expansive and loving than the human mind can comprehend. Living in flow means aligning yourself with this divine process, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It is about stepping out of resistance and into acceptance, allowing life to guide you toward your highest good with grace and ease. In this chapter, we explore the art of surrender, the beauty of trust, and how living in flow can transform your experience of life. The illusion of control. As human beings, we often cling to control as a way of feeling safe. We plan, organize, and strive to shape our lives according to our desires and expectations. But the truth is, control is an illusion. No matter how carefully we plan, life has a way of surprising us with detours, delays, and unexpected turns. These moments are not failures. They are reminders that we are not meant to navigate this journey alone. The need for control often stems from fear, the fear of uncertainty, loss, or the unknown. But when we cling to control, we close ourselves off from the infinite possibilities that the universe has in store for us. We limit our vision, confining ourselves to what we think is possible, rather than opening ourselves to the miracles that await when we surrender. Surrender is the antidote to control. It is the willingness to release your grip on the outcome and trust that life knows exactly what you need. It is the courage to let go of fear and embrace the flow of divine timing. The power of surrender. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It takes immense courage to release the need to control and place your faith in the unknown. Surrender is an act of trust, an affirmation that you are supported, guided, and loved by forces greater than yourself. When you surrender, you create space for miracles to enter your life. You allow the universe to step in and orchestrate events in ways that you could never have planned or imagined. Surrendering does not mean you stop taking action. It means you align your actions with your intuition and the flow of life, rather than forcing outcomes or resisting change. Surrender also requires patience. The divine process does not always align with our timelines or expectations, but it is always unfolding perfectly. When you trust in the process, you learn to embrace the timing of life, knowing that every delay, detour, and challenge is part of the greater plan for your growth and evolution. Trusting the divine process. To live in flow, you must trust the divine process. Trust is the bridge between surrender and alignment. It is the belief that life is working for you, not against you, and that everything you experience, both the joyful and the challenging, is guiding you toward your highest good. Trust does not mean you will never face uncertainty or doubt. It means choosing faith even when the path is unclear. It means believing in the unseen, knowing that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. When trust feels difficult, reconnect with the moments in your life when things fell into place in unexpected and beautiful ways. Remember the times when a detour led to an unforeseen blessing, or when something you once resisted turned out to be exactly what you needed. These moments are reminders that the divine process is always at work, even when it is beyond your understanding. Living in flow, the art of allowing. Living in flow is the art of allowing life to unfold naturally without resistance or attachment. It is about being fully present in the moment, open to what is, rather than clinging to what was or striving for what will be. In flow, you move with the current of life, trusting that it is carrying you exactly where you are meant to go. Allowing begins with letting go of resistance. Resistance arises when we fight against reality, wishing things were different than they are. But resistance only creates suffering. When you release resistance and accept the present moment as it is, you free yourself from struggle and open yourself to possibility. Flow also requires letting go of attachment. Attachment is the clinging to specific outcomes or expectations, believing that your happiness depends on them. But true happiness is not found in external circumstances. It is found in your ability to align with the present moment and trust in the unfolding of life. Surrendering to your highest good. Surrendering to the flow of life does not mean you abandon your dreams or desires. It means aligning them with your highest good and trusting that the universe is guiding you toward what is meant for you. Sometimes this means letting go of what you think you want in order to receive what is truly meant for you. When you surrender, you allow the divine plan to unfold in its perfect timing. You release the need to force, control, or manipulate outcomes, and instead focus on aligning your actions with your intuition and values. Surrender is not about passivity, it is about co-creation. You take inspired action, guided by faith and trust, knowing that the universe will meet you halfway. A sacred practice for surrender and trust. To cultivate surrender and trust, begin each day with a simple prayer or affirmation. Sit in stillness, close your eyes, and place your hands over your heart. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine releasing all fear, doubt, and control. Repeat the affirmation, I trust in the divine flow of life. I surrender to the highest good, knowing that I'm always guided and supported. As you move through your day, notice moments of resistance or attachment. When they arise, gently remind yourself to let go and trust. Visualize yourself flowing with the current of life, carried by the energy of love and abundance. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. The gift of living in flow. Living in flow is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It frees you from the burden of control, fills your life with peace and ease, and opens the door to infinite possibilities. When you surrender and trust in the divine process, you align yourself with the rhythm of the universe, creating a life that feels harmonious, abundant, and full of grace. Remember, you are not here to fight against the current, you are here to flow with it. The universe is always guiding you, supporting you, and leading you toward your highest good. When you live in flow, you become a co-creator of your reality, allowing the divine energy within you to manifest your dreams and desires with ease. Trust the process, surrender to the flow, and know that you are always exactly where you are meant to be. Chapter 19. Conscious Creation, Manifesting with Intention. Life is a co-creation, a divine dance between your intentions and the infinite wisdom of the Creator. Every thought, word, and action you offer to the universe ripples outward, shaping the reality you experience. Manifestation is not simply about wishing for what you want, it is about aligning your energy, your heart, and your faith with the higher forces that guide your path. It is a sacred process of bringing your desires into form, rooted in intention, humility, and trust. Conscious creation invites you to step into your power as a creator while remaining deeply connected to the divine. It is a balance between taking inspired action and surrendering to the flow of grace, trusting that blessings and miracles are always within reach when you align with your highest good. In this chapter, we will explore the power of intention, the role of faith and humility, and the sacred art of manifesting a life that reflects your deepest desires. The divine gift of creation. The ability to create is a sacred gift bestowed upon you by the Creator. You are not separate from the divine. You are an extension of it, a vessel through which divine energy flows. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take holds the power to shape your reality. This is the essence of conscious creation, recognizing that you are a co-creator of your life, working in harmony with the infinite intelligence of the universe. Manifestation begins with the understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. When your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are aligned with love, faith, and abundance, you attract experiences that mirror this energy. Likewise, when fear, doubt, or lack dominate your inner landscape, these energies are reflected in your external reality. By consciously choosing your thoughts and intentions, you become an active participant in the unfolding of your life. Setting intentions with clarity and faith. The foundation of conscious creation is intention. Intentions are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of the universe, infused with your energy and faith. When you set an intention, you are declaring to yourself and the Creator what you wish to create, experience, or become. But intentions are not merely wishes. They are powerful acts of focus and alignment. To set a clear intention, connect deeply with your heart and ask yourself, what do I truly desire? Why does this matter to me? How can this intention align with the highest good for myself and others? As you clarify your intention, hold it with unwavering faith. Trust that the universe hears you, even if the path to manifestation is not immediately visible. Write your intention down, speak it aloud, or meditate on it daily, allowing it to become a guiding force in your life. Remember, the energy you bring to your intention, love, gratitude, and belief is just as important as the intention itself. Prayer, humility, and trust. Manifestation is not solely about personal will, it is also an act of surrender and partnership with the divine. Prayer is a powerful way to align your desires with divine guidance, inviting the Creator to work through you and with you. When you pray, you are not demanding or controlling outcomes. You are opening your heart to the infinite possibilities that the divine has in store. Humility is key in the process of manifestation. It is the recognition that while you have the power to create, you are also part of a greater plan. Your role is not to force or control, but to align, trust, and allow. Humility reminds you to remain open to outcomes that may differ from your expectations, trusting that the Creator always knows what is best for your soul's growth. When challenges arise or delays occur, let trust be your anchor. Trust that the universe is rearranging circumstances for your highest good, even if the path feels uncertain. Every closed door is a redirection, every obstacle a lesson, and every delay a moment of preparation. Faith allows you to stay grounded in the knowing that blessings and miracles are always unfolding. Action as an expression of faith. While trust and surrender are essential, manifestation also requires action. Action is the bridge between intention and reality, the physical expression of your faith in the divine process. Taking inspired action signals to the universe that you are ready and willing to receive. Begin by asking yourself, what small step can I take today to move closer to my intention? Whether it's making a call, writing a plan, or simply taking time to meditate on your vision, every action, no matter how small, moves energy toward your desired outcome. Inspired action is not about forcing or overworking. It is about following the gentle nudges of your intuition and allowing your efforts to flow naturally. As you take action, stay attuned to the synchronicities and opportunities that arise. These are the universe's way of guiding and affirming your path. Be open to unexpected doors opening and trust that even the smallest steps are part of the divine plan. The role of gratitude in manifestation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools in conscious creation. When you express gratitude, you align yourself with the vibration of abundance and open your heart to receive even more blessings. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, creating a sense of fullness and joy that amplifies your manifestations. Each day, take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in your life, both big and small. Give thanks not only for what you have already received, but also for what is on its way. Trust that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, and let gratitude be the fuel that sustains your faith. Surrendering to the miracles of the Creator. Manifestation is not about controlling life, it is about co-creating with life. It is about aligning your intentions with the divine flow, taking inspired action, and then surrendering to the miracles that the Creator has in store. Miracles often come in ways we least expect, reminding us that the universe's wisdom far exceeds our human understanding. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desires. It means releasing attachment to specific outcomes and trusting that whatever unfolds is for your highest good. When you surrender, you allow space for the divine to work its magic, transforming your life in ways that are more beautiful and abundant than you could have imagined. A sacred practice for conscious creation. Create a sacred ritual for manifesting your intentions. Begin by sitting in a quiet space where you feel connected to the divine. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and center yourself in the present moment. Visualize your intention as if it has already come to fruition. Feel the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment as though it is already yours. Offer a prayer to the Creator, asking for guidance and support in manifesting your intention. Say, Divine Creator, I offer this intention to you. May it unfold in alignment with my highest good and the greater harmony of the universe. I trust in your wisdom and timing, and I surrender this desire into your hands. End your ritual with gratitude, thanking the universe for the blessings already present in your life and for those yet to come. Let go of any expectations of the outcome. Ask for insights on any lessons your soul needs in order to grow to help you align with your highest vision. Becoming a conscious creator. To manifest with intention is to step into your role as a conscious creator of your life. It is to recognize the divine power within you and align it with the infinite wisdom of the universe. As you set intentions, take inspired action, and trust in the process, you co-create a life that reflects your deepest desires and highest truth. Remember, manifestation is not about perfection. It is about alignment, faith, and surrender. You are always supported, always guided, and always loved by the Creator. Trust in the blessings and miracles that flow when you live in harmony with the divine, and know that you have the power to create a life of joy, abundance, and purpose. Chapter 20. Embracing synchronicity and intuition. Life is always speaking to you. The universe is not silent. It is constantly whispering messages, sending signs, and guiding you toward your highest path. Yet, in the noise of everyday life, these messages often go unnoticed. We search for direction, answers, and clarity, yet the guidance we seek is already woven into the fabric of our existence, waiting for us to slow down, listen, and trust. Synchronicity and intuition are two of the universe's most profound ways of communicating with you. They serve as reminders that you are never alone, that you are always being supported and guided. When you open yourself to recognizing these divine signs, life begins to unfold with a sense of effortless flow and alignment. You realize that there are no coincidences, only meaningful connections, perfectly orchestrated to help you grow, evolve, and step into your fullest potential. This chapter invites you to embrace the magic of synchronicity and the wisdom of your intuition, allowing them to illuminate your path and deepen your trust in the divine intelligence that is always guiding you. The language of the universe. Recognizing synchronicities. Synchronicity is the universe's way of affirming that you are on the right path. These are the moments of profound alignment when things seem to come together in ways that feel too perfect to be random. When you think of someone and they suddenly call. When you stumble upon a book that holds exactly the message you needed to hear. When repeating numbers appear everywhere, as if nudging you toward something greater. Synchronicities are not mere coincidences. They are signposts. Divine winks from the universe that remind you that everything is interconnected, that life is unfolding in divine order. When you begin to recognize and honor these signs, you step into a deeper awareness of the invisible threads weaving through your existence. To tune into synchronicities, cultivate an open and receptive mindset. Pay attention to patterns, repeated symbols, and unexpected alignments. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to tell me? Trust that the universe is always communicating, and allow yourself to be guided by the unseen forces that orchestrate your journey. Trusting your intuition, the inner compass of the soul. Your intuition is the quiet voice within, the sacred knowing that does not need logic or proof. It is the whisper of your soul, guiding you toward what feels right and warning you when something is out of alignment. Unlike the mind, which analyzes and questions, intuition simply knows. It is a deep and instant recognition of truth, a feeling of resonance that transcends rational understanding. Intuition often speaks through the body, a subtle tightening in your stomach, a rush of warmth in your heart, a tingling sensation that signals you are on the right track. It may arise as a sudden thought, a deep sense of peace, or an inexplicable certainty that defies logic. Yet, in a world that prioritizes intellect over inner knowing, it is easy to doubt or dismiss these feelings. To cultivate a stronger connection with your intuition, practice stillness. In moments of quiet, your inner guidance can be heard more clearly. Meditation, deep breathing, and spending time in nature help quiet the mental noise, allowing your soul's wisdom to rise to the surface. Begin to trust the small nudges, the gentle pulls, and the gut feelings. The more you honor your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Signs from the universe. How to recognize and interpret them. The universe speaks in a language beyond words, offering guidance through signs that appear in unexpected ways. These signs may come in the form of repeating numbers, such as 1111 or 444, animal encounters, song lyrics that answer your deepest questions, or a stranger's words that feel divinely timed. Recognizing these signs requires presence. When you rush through life, distracted and disconnected, it is easy to overlook the subtle guidance that surrounds you. But when you slow down, open your heart, and pay attention, you will see that signs are everywhere. Interpreting these signs is an intuitive practice. Ask yourself, what was I thinking or feeling when this sign appeared? What message is the universe trying to send me? Often the meaning will be felt more than understood. Trust that the signs are guiding you toward clarity, offering reassurance when you need it most. Aligning with the flow of divine guidance. When you embrace synchronicity and intuition, life begins to flow with greater ease. Instead of forcing or struggling, you surrender to the natural rhythm of the universe, allowing yourself to be led by the unseen forces that know the way. You become attuned to the subtle whispers of your soul, trusting that you are always being guided toward what is meant for you. This alignment does not mean that challenges will never arise, but it does mean that you will move through them with greater trust and grace. You will begin to see that every delay, every redirection, and every unexpected turn is part of a larger plan, leading you exactly where you need to be. To deepen your trust in divine guidance, begin each day with the intention to be open to signs and synchronicities. Ask the universe to show you clear guidance, and then go about your day with an open heart. Be willing to follow the path that unfolds before you, even if it is different from what you expected. A sacred practice for strengthening intuition and receiving signs. Find a quiet space where you can connect with your inner wisdom. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and set the intention to receive guidance. Hold a question or situation in your heart and ask the universe for a sign or intuitive insight. Sit in stillness, allowing any thoughts, images, or feelings to arise. After your practice, go about your day with heightened awareness. Pay attention to the messages that appear, whether through synchronicities, sudden realizations, or gut feelings. Before bed, reflect on any signs you received and express gratitude for the guidance being revealed to you. The more you engage in this practice, the more attuned you become to the universe's language. Over time, your intuition strengthens, and you learn to trust in the divine timing of your life, living a life of synchronicity and inner knowing. When you embrace synchronicity and intuition, life becomes a sacred dialogue between you and the universe. You no longer feel lost or uncertain because you recognize that you are always being guided. You begin to trust in the divine unfolding of your journey, knowing that each moment, no matter how small, is infused with purpose and meaning. Trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The signs you seek are already present, the answers you need are already within you, and the universe is always conspiring in your favor. By listening, trusting, and following the path that unfolds before you, you walk in alignment with your highest self, co-creating a life of magic, grace, and divine purpose. Chapter 21. Living in the present moment, the key to joy. There is no moment more precious than this one. The present moment is where life unfolds, where love is felt, where joy is experienced. Yet so often, our minds pull us into the past or project us into the future, robbing us of the beauty that exists in the now. We replay old conversations, relive painful memories, or worry about what is to come. But the truth is, the past is a story that no longer exists, and the future is only a dream not yet formed. The only reality is now, this breath, this feeling, this sacred moment. Living in the present moment is the key to true joy. It is the art of being fully engaged with life, of seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, of surrendering to the flow of existence with gratitude and trust. It is in presence that we experience the fullness of being alive, that we find peace beyond the mind's chatter, and that we awaken to the sacredness of all that is. This chapter is an invitation to slow down, to return to the now, and to rediscover the joy that has always been within you. The illusion of time, escaping the past and future. The mind loves to live in time. It dwells in the past, replaying old wounds, regrets, and stories that no longer serve us. Or it leaps into the future, filling us with worries, what-ifs, and endless striving for a moment that has not yet arrived. But life does not exist in the past or the future. Life is only ever here and now. When we live outside of the present moment, we become disconnected from ourselves, from others, and from the deep well of joy that is available to us. We become lost in thought, unable to fully experience the richness of life as it is happening. But when we return to presence, we free ourselves from suffering. We step into a world where everything is fresh, new, and alive. The past cannot be changed. The future is not yet written. The only true power you have is in this moment, in the choices you make now, in the way you meet life with an open heart. Mindfulness, the gateway to presence. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your awareness fully into the present moment. It is the art of paying attention to your breath, your body, your emotions, and the world around you. It is the simple yet profound act of being here, now. When you practice mindfulness, life slows down. You begin to notice the way the sunlight dances on the leaves, the warmth of your tea against your lips, the feeling of the earth beneath your feet. You start to experience life not as a blur of passing moments, but as a series of sacred gifts, each one offering its own beauty, its own lesson. Mindfulness is not about stopping your thoughts. It is about observing them without attachment. It is about becoming aware of the present without trying to change it, control it, or rush past it. It is a gentle returning over and over to the now. You can practice mindfulness in everything you do. As you eat, slow down and truly taste your food. As you walk, feel each step with awareness. As you listen, be fully present, giving your attention wholeheartedly. The more you anchor yourself in the now, the more vibrant, peaceful, and joyful life becomes. Finding joy in the simple moments. Joy is not something to be chased. It is something to be embraced in the present moment. So often, we believe that happiness lies somewhere in the future, in a goal achieved, a dream fulfilled, a problem solved. But joy is not a destination. It is a state of being that is available to you right now. True joy is found in the simplest of moments, the laughter of a child, the feeling of the sun on your skin, the embrace of a loved one. It is in the deep breath that fills your lungs, in the stillness of the morning, in the music of the wind through the trees. When you open your eyes to the present, you see that joy is not waiting for you. It has always been here, woven into the fabric of your existence. Gratitude is the key that unlocks this joy. When you appreciate what is, rather than longing for what is not, life becomes a series of miracles. Each moment, no matter how small, is a gift. Each breath, a blessing. When you practice gratitude for the present, you realize that you already have everything you need to be happy. Letting go and surrendering to the now. To fully embrace the present, we must let go of expectations, of attachments, of the need to control. So often we resist what is, wishing things were different, clinging to the past or striving for the future. But in this resistance, we create suffering. Surrender is the act of releasing control and trusting in the divine unfolding of life. It is the willingness to accept each moment as it is, without judgment. When you surrender to the present, you stop fighting reality and instead flow with it, allowing life to move through you with ease and grace. This does not mean you become passive. It means you become fully engaged with life as it is happening. You let go of the need to fix, to force, to rush, and instead allow yourself to simply be. In this state of presence, life becomes effortless and joy arises naturally. A sacred practice for presence and joy. Find a quiet place where you can sit in stillness. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, feeling the air fill your lungs. As you exhale, release any tension, any thoughts pulling you away from the now. Bring your awareness to your senses. What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell? Allow yourself to fully experience this moment without analysis or judgment. Now, place your hands over your heart and whisper a quiet thank you for this breath, for this body, for this life. Feel gratitude wash over you, anchoring you in the present, filling you with peace. When thoughts of the past or future arise, gently bring yourself back. Return to your breath, to the sensations in your body, to the beauty of now. Let this practice remind you that joy is always within reach, always present in the moment you are living a life of presence. When you learn to live in the present moment, life becomes richer, fuller, more meaningful. You no longer seek happiness outside of yourself because you realize that joy is already here, waiting to be embraced. You stop chasing, stop resisting, stop waiting, and instead you open yourself to the miracle of now. The present moment is your greatest teacher. It is where love exists, where healing happens, where life is truly lived. By choosing presence, you choose peace. By choosing gratitude, you choose joy. So breathe deeply, feel the moment, trust in the unfolding of life. Everything you seek is already here, in the sacred now. Chapter 22. Developing Godlike Qualities and Spiritual Mastery. There comes a point in every soul's journey when the desire to seek something greater arises, not in the form of external success or material gain, but in the deep longing to embody the divine. This is the path of spiritual mastery, a journey of refinement, of purification, of aligning so deeply with truth, love, and wisdom that you become a living reflection of the divine essence itself. To walk this path is to cultivate the highest virtues: compassion, humility, wisdom, patience, integrity, and unconditional love. It is to strip away the illusions of ego and separateness, to see all beings as reflections of the One, and to live with a heart wide open. True spiritual mastery is not about escaping this world, but elevating it, infusing it with light, with presence, with the unwavering love of the divine flowing through you. In this chapter, we explore the sacred art of developing godlike qualities, stepping into higher consciousness, and becoming a vessel for divine grace in the world. The path to spiritual mastery. Spiritual mastery is not something attained in a single moment of enlightenment. It is a lifelong unfolding, an ever-deepening process of remembering your divine nature. It is not about becoming more, but about becoming less. Less attached to ego, less bound by fear, less identified with the transient self, and more surrendered to the eternal. Mastery is not perfection. It is not about never feeling anger, sadness, or doubt. It is about developing the awareness to observe these emotions without being consumed by them, to respond rather than react, to hold love in the face of adversity. It is about meeting life's challenges with grace and using every experience as an opportunity to evolve. As you walk this path, you begin to embody divine qualities not through force, but through surrender, through allowing the highest aspects of yourself to emerge naturally as you let go of all that is not in alignment with your soul's truth. The virtues of divine consciousness. To develop godlike qualities is to refine your inner being, to cultivate virtues that elevate your spirit and bring you into harmony with the divine. Each virtue is a key, unlocking deeper levels of consciousness, drawing you closer to your true self. Compassion is the gateway to unconditional love. It is the ability to see the pain of others without judgment, to extend kindness even when none is given in return. True compassion is not pity. It is the recognition that all beings are interconnected, that their suffering is your suffering, their healing your healing. When you cultivate compassion, you dissolve the illusion of separateness and step into the heart of divine love. Humility is the wisdom of knowing that you are both nothing and everything at once. It is the release of pride, the dissolving of the need for recognition, the surrender to the greater intelligence of the universe. Humility is not self-deprecation. It is the quiet confidence that arises when you no longer need validation from the world because you are anchored in the truth of your being. Wisdom is the ability to see beyond the surface, to understand the deeper currents that shape reality. It is the knowing that life is always unfolding for the highest good, even when it does not appear so. Wisdom allows you to step back from the temporary, to act with discernment, to choose love over fear, truth over illusion. Patience is the mastery of time. It is the understanding that everything unfolds in divine timing, that forcing or rushing only leads to resistance. A patient heart trusts, knowing that what is meant for you will come in its own perfect moment. Integrity is living in alignment with truth. It is embodying your highest values in every action, every word, every thought. It is being the same person in silence as you are in the presence of others, walking a path of honesty and authenticity. Unconditional love is the highest of all virtues, the ultimate embodiment of divine nature. It is love without expectation, without condition, without the need for return. It is loving not because of what another does or does not do, but because love is who you are. When you radiate unconditional love, you become a light in the world, lifting others simply by your presence. The art of surrender and non-attachment. The deeper you walk this path, the more you realize that mastery is not about acquiring. It is about releasing. Releasing attachment to outcomes, to identities, to the need to be right. Releasing the belief that you must become something, when in truth, you are already everything you seek. Non-attachment does not mean detachment. It does not mean rejecting the world or withdrawing from life. It means embracing all of it, yet remaining free, loving fully, yet not clinging, experiencing fully, yet not being bound. When you live in non-attachment, you move through life with grace, unaffected by praise or criticism, success or failure, gain or loss. You remain steady in the knowing that all is fleeting except for the divine presence within, serving as a vessel for the divine. To develop godlike qualities is not only to elevate yourself, but to become a vessel of healing, wisdom, and love for the world. True spiritual mastery is not about retreating into isolation, but about bringing light into every space you enter. It is about embodying the divine in such a way that simply being in your presence uplifts those around you. A true master does not seek to change others, but rather becomes a living example of truth, inspiring transformation through their own being. You need not preach or impose. Simply by embodying love, you become a guiding light for those still searching. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to serve. A kind word, a patient heart, a silent prayer, all are acts of divine love. When you commit to being a vessel for the Creator, life itself becomes a meditation, a prayer, a sacred offering, a sacred practice for spiritual mastery. In moments of stillness, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Visualize yourself bathed in golden light, the pure essence of divine consciousness. With each inhale, imagine yourself absorbing this light, filling your heart, your mind, your soul. With each exhale, release anything that does not serve: fear, doubt, resistance, ego. Now, bring your awareness to your heart. Ask yourself, what divine qualities am I being called to embody today? Perhaps it is compassion, patience, wisdom, or forgiveness. Hold this quality in your heart and set the intention to carry it into your day. Throughout your day, return to this practice whenever you feel uncentered. Remind yourself that you are a reflection of the divine, that every moment is an opportunity to embody the highest version of yourself. The journey toward divine embodiment. To develop godlike qualities is not to become something greater than others, but to remember the greatness that exists within all. It is to align so deeply with love, wisdom, and truth that your very existence becomes a reflection of the divine. This journey is not about reaching a final destination. It is about awakening, moment by moment, to the sacredness of who you already are. It is about walking with humility, serving with love, and radiating the light of the Creator in all you do. There is no rush, no perfection required, only the willingness to grow, to surrender, and to become a vessel for the highest good. Trust the process, honor your path, and know that every step you take toward mastery is a step toward remembering your true nature: divine, eternal, infinite. Chapter 23. Attracting abundance and prosperity into your life. Abundance is your birthright. It is not something you must earn or prove yourself worthy of. It is a natural state of being, an extension of the infinite source from which all life flows. The universe is infinitely abundant, and when you align yourself with this truth, you open the door to receiving all the prosperity, joy, and fulfillment that is meant for you. Attracting abundance is not solely about material wealth. It is about cultivating a mindset of gratitude, openness, and trust. It is about recognizing that abundance is already present in your life, in every breath, every relationship, every opportunity, and allowing this recognition to expand into every area of your existence. When you embody abundance, you step into the flow of giving and receiving, creating a life that reflects the limitless prosperity of the universe. This chapter is an invitation to adopt an abundance mindset, to release scarcity thinking, and to embrace the flow of financial, emotional, and spiritual prosperity. Abundance is not about having more. It is about being more, living more, and aligning with the infinite possibilities available to you. Releasing the scarcity mindset. Scarcity is the illusion that there is never enough time, money, love, or opportunity. It is the belief that resources are limited and that you must struggle, compete, or hold on tightly to what you have. This mindset keeps you trapped in fear and lack, blocking the flow of abundance from entering your life. The first step in attracting abundance is releasing scarcity thinking. Begin by becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs that keep you in a state of lack. Do you often think, I can't afford that, I'll never have enough, or I'm not worthy of abundance? These thoughts create energetic barriers, signaling to the universe that you are not ready to receive. To shift out of scarcity, practice reframing these thoughts. Replace, I don't have enough with I am grateful for what I have, and more is on its way. Replace, I'm not worthy with I am deserving of all the good life has to offer. As you shift your mindset, you open yourself to the flow of abundance, allowing prosperity to find its way to you. The energy of abundance. Abundance is not something you chase, it is something you align with. Everything in the universe, including prosperity, operates on energy. When you embody the energy of abundance, gratitude, generosity, and trust, you naturally attract experiences, opportunities, and resources that reflect this frequency. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to align with abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you amplify its presence in your life. Begin each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, and allow this practice to shift your focus from lack to fullness. Gratitude transforms what you have into enough and creates the energetic space for more to flow into your life. Generosity is another key to abundance. When you give freely, whether it's your time, energy, or resources, you affirm that there is always more to give. Generosity sends a powerful message to the universe. I trust in the infinite supply of abundance, and I know it will always return to me multiplied. The act of giving creates a cycle of flow where what you release comes back to you in even greater measure. Cultivating financial prosperity. Financial abundance is not about hoarding wealth. It is about creating a harmonious relationship with money, one that reflects trust, gratitude, and alignment. Money is energy, and the way you think about it and treat it shapes your experience of financial prosperity. To attract financial abundance, begin by releasing any negative beliefs about money. If you see money as the root of problems or associate it with greed, you create resistance to receiving it. Instead, view money as a tool, a neutral energy that can be used to create positive change, support your dreams, and uplift others. Create a mindset of wealth by affirming your financial worthiness. Say to yourself, I am worthy of financial prosperity. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I use it with wisdom and gratitude. Take inspired action by managing your finances with care, setting clear goals, and investing in what aligns with your values. Trust that financial prosperity is not about working harder or longer, but about aligning with opportunities that resonate with your highest good. The more you align with abundance, the more resources flow to you in unexpected and miraculous ways. Emotional and spiritual abundance. True abundance is not just financial, it encompasses emotional and spiritual richness as well. Emotional abundance is the experience of joy, love, and connection in your relationships. It is the knowing that you are deeply supported, seen, and valued by those around you. Spiritual abundance is the feeling of being connected to the divine, of living in harmony with your soul's purpose, and of trusting that all your needs will be met. To cultivate emotional abundance, nurture your relationships with intention. Offer love, kindness, and presence freely without expectation. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, and release relationships that drain your energy or perpetuate scarcity. Emotional abundance thrives in an environment of authenticity, gratitude, and mutual respect. Spiritual abundance comes from a deep trust in the universe. It is the practice of surrendering control and trusting that you are always guided and supported. Prayer, meditation, and moments of stillness help you connect with this truth. When you live from a place of spiritual abundance, you feel rich in every sense, regardless of external circumstances. The flow of giving and receiving. Abundance is a flow, a continuous cycle of giving and receiving. To attract prosperity, you must allow yourself to participate fully in this cycle. This means not only giving freely, but also being open to receiving. Many people struggle with receiving, feeling unworthy or guilty when blessings come their way. But receiving is not selfish. It is a natural part of the abundant flow. When you receive with gratitude, you honor the giver and the universe. You allow prosperity to circulate, creating space for even more blessings to flow. Practice saying yes to the opportunities, support, and abundance that come your way. Trust that you are deserving of all the good life has to offer, and know that by receiving, you are participating in the greater flow of prosperity. A sacred practice for attracting abundance. Each morning, set an intention to align with abundance. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Visualize yourself surrounded by a golden light representing the infinite abundance of the universe. As you inhale, imagine this light filling your heart, your mind, and your entire being. As you exhale, release any thoughts of lack or limitation. Repeat the affirmation, I am abundant, I am worthy, I am a magnet for prosperity in all forms. Hold this feeling of abundance in your heart as you move through your day and watch how opportunities and blessings begin to flow to you. In moments of doubt or scarcity, return to this practice. Let it remind you that abundance is not something outside of you. It is a state of being that is always available when you align with it. Living in the flow of abundance. When you adopt an abundance mindset, life transforms. You stop seeing limitations and start seeing possibilities. You release fear and step into trust. You realize that abundance is not about accumulating, it is about flowing, about giving and receiving, about living with an open heart and a spirit of gratitude. You are infinitely abundant, connected to the limitless supply of the universe. Trust in this truth, align with its energy, and let your life be a reflection of the prosperity that is your divine inheritance. Chapter 24. Service to others and sharing your wisdom. There is a sacred truth that echoes through every great spiritual teaching, every act of love, every moment of selfless giving. We are not separate from one another. The light within you is the same light that exists within all beings. When you serve others, you are not only lifting them, you are lifting yourself. In giving, you receive. In sharing, you expand. In guiding others toward their own growth and healing, you accelerate your own. Service is one of the highest expressions of love. It is an offering of your heart, your wisdom, your presence, and your gifts to the world. It is the realization that fulfillment is not found in what you accumulate, but in what you give. True success is not measured by how much you gain for yourself, but by how much you enrich the lives of others. To serve is to align with the divine flow of life itself. It is to step beyond the small self, beyond the ego's desires, and into a state of interconnectedness where your purpose is not just about you, it is about us. This chapter is an invitation to step into the joy of service, to share your wisdom with the world, and to experience the profound fulfillment that comes from uplifting others. The heart of service, giving without expectation. The purest form of service is given freely, without attachment to reward or recognition. It is the kind of giving that arises from the depths of the heart, a gift of love, not obligation. True service does not ask, "What will I get in return?" It simply asks, "How can I be of help?" When you serve from this place of sincerity, you tap into an endless well of fulfillment. You are no longer bound by the fleeting satisfaction of material success or personal achievement. Instead, you experience the deep joy of knowing you have made a difference, however small, in someone's life. Acts of service do not have to be grand gestures. Sometimes the simplest acts, a kind word, a listening ear, a moment of presence, can have the most profound impact. A smile to a stranger, encouragement to someone struggling, offering wisdom to someone lost, these are all forms of service. The smallest ripple of kindness extends far beyond what the eye can see. Sharing your wisdom, the gift of experience. Each person's journey is filled with lessons, challenges, and awakenings. The wisdom you have gained through your experiences is not meant to be locked away. It is meant to be shared. Just as others have guided you along your path, you are called to pass on the light, to share what you have learned, to be a source of inspiration and guidance for those who are walking a path you once walked. Your wisdom does not have to come from perfection. It comes from your authenticity. You do not have to be a guru or have all the answers. You simply have to be willing to share your truth, to open your heart, and to offer what you have learned in a way that uplifts others. When you share your wisdom, you give others permission to step into their own power. You remind them that they are not alone. You plant seeds of transformation that may one day bloom into something greater than you could have imagined. Service as a spiritual practice. Service is not just something you do, it is a way of being. It is a spiritual practice, a sacred devotion to love in action. When service is infused with mindfulness and presence, it becomes more than an act of kindness. It becomes a path to enlightenment. Through service, the ego dissolves. The need for validation fades. You begin to see yourself in others, and in doing so, you transcend the illusion of separateness. Every time you serve, you are reminded of the deeper truth. We are all one. Service teaches humility. It reminds you that no one is above or below another, that all are worthy, that love is the only true currency. It opens your heart, expanding your capacity for compassion and deepening your connection to humanity. In serving others, you align with the highest expression of yourself. You step into the divine flow, allowing love to move through you, guiding your actions and filling your life with purpose. The cycle of giving and receiving. Many people fear that if they give too much, they will be depleted. But true service does not drain, it replenishes. When you give from a place of love, you do not lose energy, you gain it. The more you give, the more you receive, not in material form, but in joy, connection, and spiritual nourishment. Abundance flows where generosity resides. When you give freely, the universe responds in kind, opening doors, aligning opportunities, and filling your life with blessings. The cycle of giving and receiving is the natural rhythm of the universe. What you pour into the world always returns to you, often in ways you never expected. This does not mean you should give to the point of exhaustion. True service honors both giving and receiving. Just as you offer your gifts to the world, you must also allow yourself to receive support, love, guidance, and rest. The most sustainable service comes from a place of balance, where you nourish yourself so that you can continue to pour into others. A sacred practice for service and sharing. Take a moment to sit in stillness. Close your eyes and place your hands over your heart. Breathe deeply, feeling the energy of love and light within you. Ask yourself, how can I serve today? How can I be a vessel for love, wisdom, and healing? Listen to what arises. Maybe it's reaching out to someone in need, offering your time, sharing your knowledge, or simply being present for those around you. Set the intention to move through your day with a heart open to service, trusting that even the smallest acts make a difference. At the end of the day, reflect on the moments where you gave, where you uplifted, where you made someone's journey a little lighter. Offer gratitude for the opportunity to be of service, knowing that every act of love ripples far beyond what you can see. The fulfillment that comes from giving. There is no greater fulfillment than knowing that you have used your life, your talents, and your energy to uplift others. There is no deeper joy than the realization that through your service, you have made the world a little brighter. Service is not just something you do, it is who you are. Every moment is an opportunity to give, to love, to share. Every word, every action, every breath can be infused with kindness and generosity. When you live in service, you step into the highest version of yourself. You align with the divine. You become a channel for love, a source of light, a force for healing in a world that needs it. So give freely, share your wisdom, be the reflection of the divine in all that you do, and trust that in serving others, you are also serving your own soul's highest purpose. Chapter 25. Living a miracle-filled life, the power of unwavering faith. Miracles are not rare, distant phenomena reserved for extraordinary moments. They are woven into the fabric of life itself. They are present in the rising sun, the beating of your heart, the serendipitous encounters, and the sudden solutions that appear just when you need them most. To live a miracle-filled life is not about waiting for the extraordinary. It is about awakening to the miracles that surround you every single day. Faith is the key that unlocks this awareness. It is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, between your desires and their fulfillment. Faith is not blind. It is a deep knowing, a quiet certainty that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. It is the belief that even when you cannot see the path, the way forward is already being prepared for you. When you live with unwavering faith, you open yourself to the flow of divine grace. You let go of fear, resistance, and doubt, allowing the miraculous to unfold in ways that exceed your expectations. This chapter is an invitation to cultivate a life of faith, trust, and miracles, a life where you walk hand in hand with the divine, knowing that everything is always working out for your highest good. Miracles in everyday life. The beauty of miracles is that they are everywhere, if only you have the eyes to see them. They are the moments of synchronicity that feel too perfect to be coincidence. They are the unexpected blessings, the unexplainable healings, the solutions that arrive at just the right time. Miracles are not always grand and dramatic. They are often subtle, quiet, and deeply personal. When you begin to notice and honor these everyday miracles, your life transforms. Gratitude becomes your natural state, and the world around you begins to feel infused with magic and wonder. You no longer feel separate from the divine. You feel its presence in every moment, every breath, every experience. To recognize miracles, you must slow down. In the rush of life, it is easy to miss the divine details, the way a song speaks directly to your heart, the way a stranger's smile lifts your spirit, the way the perfect opportunity presents itself just as you need it. When you cultivate stillness and presence, you awaken to the miracles that were there all along. The nature of unwavering faith. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting that the answers will come. It is the willingness to step forward, even when the path is unclear, and to trust that the universe is guiding you every step of the way. Faith does not eliminate challenges. It transforms the way you move through them. Unwavering faith is not shaken by setbacks or delays because it knows that every experience serves a purpose. When you trust that everything is working out for your highest good, even the obstacles become opportunities for growth. You no longer see challenges as punishments or failures. You see them as part of the divine plan, shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Faith also requires surrender. It is the release of control, the letting go of the need to know how or when things will unfold. It is the quiet assurance that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. Surrendering to faith allows you to live with peace, joy, and trust, knowing that you are held by something greater than yourself. Aligning with the miraculous flow. Miracles flow effortlessly when you align with the energy of love, gratitude, and trust. To align with this flow, begin by cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for all that you already have. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, opening your heart to receive even more blessings. Let go of doubt and fear, for they create resistance to the flow of miracles. Instead, anchor yourself in trust, knowing that the universe is infinitely abundant and that your needs are always met. Affirm to yourself, I am open to miracles. I trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. I am always supported and guided. Take inspired action, but release attachment to specific outcomes. Trust that the universe knows what is best for you, even if it looks different from what you envisioned. Be willing to receive blessings in unexpected forms, and know that sometimes the greatest miracles are the ones you didn't even think to ask for. Prayer and communion with the divine. Prayer is a powerful way to align with the energy of miracles. It is not about pleading or begging, it is about opening your heart, connecting with the divine, and affirming your trust in the greater plan. Prayer is a sacred conversation, a moment of surrender, and an act of faith. When you pray, speak from your heart. Share your hopes, your fears, your desires, and your gratitude. Then, release your prayers to the universe with trust, knowing that they are heard and answered in the perfect way and time. Prayer can also be a moment of quiet listening. After you speak, take a few moments to sit in stillness, allowing the divine to speak to you in return. Trust that the answers will come, not always in words, but in signs, feelings, and inspired ideas. Living with an open heart. A heart that is open is a heart that invites miracles. When you approach life with openness, curiosity, and love, you become a magnet for divine grace. You stop resisting what is and begin to flow with the rhythm of life, trusting that every experience is leading you closer to your highest good. Living with an open heart also means extending love and kindness to others. When you bless others with your words, actions, and energy, you amplify the flow of miracles in your own life. As you give, you receive. As you uplift others, you are uplifted in return. A sacred practice for inviting miracles. Each morning, begin your day with a moment of stillness and intention. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and place your hands over your heart. Visualize yourself surrounded by a golden light, the light of divine love and grace. Say to yourself, I am open to miracles today. I trust that the universe is guiding me and that everything is working out in my favor. I am grateful for the blessings in my life and the blessings yet to come. As you move through your day, look for the small miracles, the unexpected kindness, the synchronicities, the moments of joy. Celebrate them and express gratitude for each one. Trust that the more you acknowledge and appreciate miracles, the more they will flow into your life. Trusting the divine plan. To live a miracle-filled life is to trust that the universe always has your back. It is to believe, even in the face of uncertainty, that everything is unfolding for your highest good. It is to let go of fear and resistance and to step into the flow of divine grace with faith and gratitude. You are not alone on this journey. The Creator is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, and blessing you with miracles at every turn. Trust in this truth, open your heart to receive, and know that with faith, everything is possible. Chapter 26: Experiencing Freedom, Joy, and Inner Peace. True freedom is not found in external circumstances, but within. It is not a destination to reach or a prize to obtain. It is a state of being, a deep knowing that no matter what happens around you, nothing can take away the peace, joy, and light within you. Freedom is not the absence of challenges. It is the ability to remain unshaken by them. It is the realization that joy is not something you must chase. It is something you already are. Inner peace and joy do not come from controlling life, avoiding hardships, or waiting for everything to be perfect. They come from surrendering to what is, embracing the flow of life with an open heart, and trusting that even in the midst of uncertainty, you are always exactly where you are meant to be. To live in a state of freedom, joy, and inner peace is to remember that your soul is boundless, untouched by the chaos of the external world. This chapter is an invitation to step into that knowing, to cultivate unshakable peace, and to live in a way that is light, free, and filled with deep, abiding joy. Freedom from within, letting go of the illusion of control. Many people seek freedom outside of themselves, freedom from responsibilities, from circumstances, from the opinions of others. But external freedom is fleeting. True freedom is not about escaping life's challenges. It is about transforming your relationship with them. It is about knowing that no external condition can dictate your inner state unless you allow it to. Freedom begins when you release the illusion of control. So much suffering comes from trying to control what is beyond your power, other people's actions, the unfolding of the future, the way life presents itself. But control is an illusion, a burden that weighs heavily on the soul. When you let go, you liberate yourself. You surrender to the divine flow, trusting that life is always working for you, not against you. To cultivate inner freedom, practice acceptance. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means making peace with reality as it is. It means embracing each moment, each experience, each challenge as part of the greater unfolding of your soul's journey. When you stop resisting life and begin flowing with it, you experience a profound sense of peace, no matter what is happening around you. The art of joyful living. Joy is not something you find, it is something you choose. It is not reserved for special occasions, for perfect days, or for when everything is going well. Joy is always available, in every breath, in every moment. It is found in the simplest of things, the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one, the quiet stillness of the morning. To cultivate joy, begin by bringing more presence into your life. Joy cannot be experienced when the mind is lost in the past or worrying about the future. It exists only in the here and now. Take a deep breath. Feel the aliveness of this moment. Recognize that this, right now, is where joy resides. Another key to joyful living is gratitude. When you focus on what is beautiful, what is abundant, what is already enough, joy naturally arises. Every day, make it a practice to find joy in something small, a delicious meal, a kind word, the miracle of being alive. The more you appreciate joy, the more it expands in your life. And most importantly, give yourself permission to experience joy fully. Many people hold back from joy, fearing it will not last, or believing they must earn it. But joy is not something to be deserved, it is something to be embraced. Laugh freely, dance without reason, celebrate the ordinary moments, and allow yourself to bask in the fullness of life's beauty. Cultivating inner peace in the midst of chaos. Life will not always be easy. There will be storms, moments of uncertainty, and times when the world feels heavy. But peace is not the absence of challenges, it is the ability to remain steady within them. It is the quiet center within you that remains untouched, no matter what is happening on the surface. To cultivate inner peace, practice the art of stillness. Each day, take time to sit in silence, to breathe deeply, to reconnect with the present moment. Stillness is where peace is found, not in overthinking, not in trying to fix or figure everything out, but in simply being. Another way to maintain peace is to shift your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing difficulties as obstacles, view them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, What is this moment teaching me? How can I move through this with grace? When you approach life from a place of trust rather than fear, peace becomes your natural state. And finally, release attachment. Much of our suffering comes from clinging to expectations, to the way things should be, to the past, to people, to identities. But everything in life is transient. When you let go of attachment and embrace change, you free yourself. You realize that peace does not come from holding on. It comes from flowing, from allowing, from trusting. Embracing the lightness of being. To experience true freedom is to stop taking life so seriously. It is to remember that you are a soul having a human experience, that nothing is as heavy as the mind makes it seem. It is to laugh, to play, to move through life with a sense of lightness and ease. When was the last time you allowed yourself to simply be, without pressure, without expectations, without striving? When was the last time you let yourself be silly, let yourself rest, let yourself breathe deeply without rushing to the next thing? Freedom is found in lightness, in releasing the need to prove yourself, in trusting that you are enough exactly as you are, in knowing that nothing is permanent and that each moment is a fleeting miracle meant to be embraced, not controlled. A sacred practice for freedom, joy, and peace. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. As you inhale, imagine a golden light filling your body, a light of peace, of joy, of freedom. As you exhale, release any heaviness, any tension, any thoughts weighing you down. Repeat to yourself, I am free, I am at peace. I choose joy in this moment. Now visualize yourself standing in an open field, arms wide, feeling the warmth of the sun, the soft breeze on your skin. Feel yourself becoming weightless, free from worry, free from fear. Breathe deeply and allow this feeling of expansiveness to fill every part of you. Carry this energy with you throughout your day. Whenever stress or negativity arises, return to your breath, to the present, to the knowing that you are always free, always whole, always enough, living in a state of true liberation. To experience freedom, joy, and inner peace is to no longer be bound by circumstances, emotions, or the expectations of the world. It is to walk through life with an open heart, trusting in the divine flow. It is to find beauty in the ordinary, gratitude in the simple, and peace in the present. You are not here to struggle. You are here to live, to feel, to love, to create, to expand. Choose joy, choose peace, choose freedom, and know that no matter what happens, you always have the power to return to the lightness of your soul. Chapter 27. The ultimate truth, the journey is the destination. There is a profound truth that lies at the heart of life's mysteries. There is no final destination. There is no pinnacle of perfection, no ultimate place to arrive where growth ceases and you become complete. The journey itself is the destination. Each step you take, each lesson you learn, each moment you live is not leading you to something. It is the something. Life is an infinite unfolding, a beautiful dance of beginnings and endings that loop endlessly into one another. Growth is not linear, it is cyclical, spiraling upward and outward as you evolve. With every cycle, you return to the same truths, the same themes, the same challenges. But each time, you see them with greater clarity, deeper understanding, and heightened awareness. You are never the same person twice, and yet you are always whole, always enough. In this final chapter, we reflect on the cyclical nature of growth, the infinite possibilities for your soul's evolution, and the ultimate realization that the beauty of life is found not in reaching a destination, but in embracing the journey itself. The infinite spiral of growth. Growth is not a straight path with a clear beginning and end. It is a spiral, a continuous journey of expansion and refinement. At times, it may feel as though you are revisiting the same challenges, the same patterns, the same lessons. But each time you circle back, you approach from a higher perspective, carrying with you the wisdom and experience gained from the steps you've already taken. This spiral of growth reminds you that you are never starting over. Even when life feels like it has brought you back to square one, you are not the same person you were before. You carry within you the strength, resilience, and insight born from your past experiences. What once felt insurmountable now feels manageable. What once confused you now makes sense. The spiral continues, each turn bringing you closer to your highest self. Honor the spiral. Embrace the cycles. Trust that even when it feels like you are going backward, you are always moving forward in the grander scheme of your soul's evolution. The journey of becoming. Life is not about becoming something you are not, it is about remembering who you already are. The journey is not about fixing yourself or achieving perfection. It is about peeling back the layers, releasing the illusions, and stepping into the fullness of your authentic self. Every moment of your journey serves a purpose. The challenges you face are not detours, they are integral parts of the path. The joys you experience are not fleeting rewards, they are glimpses of the divine that remind you of what is always within you. The people you meet, the choices you make, the experiences you have, all are threads in the tapestry of your becoming. This journey of becoming is infinite. There is no point at which you will suddenly arrive, and that is the beauty of it. The process itself is the gift. The growth, the learning, the discovery, it is all here, in the present moment, waiting to be embraced. Trusting the unfolding. One of the greatest challenges of the journey is learning to trust its unfolding. There will be times when the path ahead feels unclear, when you question whether you are making progress, when doubt and uncertainty creep in. But even in these moments, the journey is guiding you. The detours, the delays, the unexpected twists, they are not mistakes. They are part of the divine design. Trust that you are always exactly where you are meant to be. Trust that every step you take, even the ones that feel small or insignificant, is leading you toward greater understanding, love, and alignment. Trust that the universe is working in ways you cannot yet see, orchestrating your growth with infinite wisdom. When you trust the journey, you free yourself from the need to control or rush it. You allow life to unfold naturally, in its own perfect timing. And in doing so, you find peace, even in the midst of uncertainty. The endless possibilities of evolution. Your journey is not confined to one lifetime, one goal, or one path. It is an endless process of evolution, with infinite possibilities for growth, expansion, and transformation. There is no limit to what you can become, no ceiling to how deeply you can love, no boundary to the wisdom you can embody. With each cycle of growth, you expand your capacity to hold love, light, and consciousness. You become a greater vessel for the divine, radiating your truth into the world and uplifting those around you. And yet, with every step forward, there is always more to explore, more to discover, more to create. This infinite nature of evolution is not something to fear, it is something to celebrate. It means that there is always more joy, more beauty, more magic waiting for you. It means that life is an eternal adventure, a never-ending unfolding of divine possibilities. A sacred reflection for the journey. Take a moment to reflect on your journey. Close your eyes, place your hands over your heart, and breathe deeply. As you inhale, feel the fullness of this moment. As you exhale, release any need to arrive anywhere else. Ask yourself, what have I learned on this journey? How have I grown, evolved, and transformed? What do I still long to explore, experience, or create? Offer gratitude for every step of the path. The easy moments, the challenging moments, the moments that tested you, and the moments that filled you with joy. Know that each one was necessary, each one was meaningful, each one brought you closer to the truth of who you are. The journey is the destination. There is no final chapter, no ultimate conclusion to this story. The journey does not end, it continues, endlessly unfolding, inviting you to step into greater love, greater truth, greater wholeness. This is the beauty of life. It is not about where you are going, but about how you choose to show up in each moment along the way. You are not here to rush through life, to check off milestones, or to arrive at some imagined place of completion. You are here to experience it all, to laugh, to cry, to grow, to stumble, to rise, to live fully and deeply. The destination is not a place you reach, it is the way you walk the path. With love, with presence, with gratitude. Trust the journey. Embrace the cycles. Celebrate the infinite possibilities of your becoming. And remember, every step you take, every moment you live is already enough. You are not on your way to greatness. You are greatness. You are not searching for beauty. You are beauty. You are not trying to find the divine. You are the divine, expressed in human form. The journey is the destination, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Conclusion. Embracing the eternal journey of growth. The journey does not end here. It never truly ends because growth is eternal. The path of healing, transformation, and transcendence is not a linear road with a final destination. It is an infinite unfolding, a continuous spiral of awakening and expansion. You will evolve through cycles of shedding, becoming, and rising, again and again. Each time you think you have reached a new height, you will discover there is still more love to embody, more wisdom to uncover, more dimensions of your being to explore. There is no limit to your growth, no end to the depths of your soul's expansion. This is the beauty of existence. You are forever unfolding, forever becoming. This book was never meant to be a roadmap to a final state of enlightenment. It is a reminder that the journey is the destination, that wherever you are right now is exactly where you are meant to be, that every challenge, every breakthrough, every quiet moment of reflection is part of the divine unfolding of your soul's evolution. So take a deep breath. Feel the sacredness of this moment. Honor the journey you have walked, and open your heart to the infinite path that still lies ahead. The cycle continues, always growing, always becoming. Growth is not a straight line, it is a spiral, a sacred rhythm of expansion and integration, of rising and deepening. You will revisit familiar lessons, but each time you will meet them with new eyes, new understanding, new strength. There will be times when you feel as though you are moving backward, but trust that even in those moments, you are still evolving. Even in stillness, you are growing. Even in struggle, you are ascending. Each experience, whether joyful or painful, is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for the next stage of your journey. You will never reach a point where there is nothing left to learn, no more healing to do, no more wisdom to uncover. But this is not a burden, it is a gift. It means that life will always offer you something new, a new perspective, a new revelation, a new way to love, to create, to expand. You are an ever-evolving masterpiece, and your growth is limitless, unlocking new levels of consciousness. With each stage of growth, your awareness expands. The more you heal, the more you see. The more you transform, the more you unlock hidden truths about yourself and the universe. Consciousness is like an infinite staircase. Each step reveals a new level of understanding, a new plane of existence, a new dimension of reality. As you ascend, the world around you shifts. What once seemed impossible becomes attainable. What once triggered you no longer holds power over you. What once felt like chaos now reveals itself as divine order. But the deeper truth is this: growth is not about reaching the highest level. It is about expanding your ability to be present at every level. It is about meeting each moment with awareness, with curiosity, with an open heart. There is no rush to ascend, no race to reach the peak. The journey itself is sacred, and each stage holds its own gifts. You are exactly where you need to be, and yet there is always more waiting to be discovered, embracing the unknown with trust. The path ahead is unknown, and that is part of its magic. If you knew exactly where you were going, there would be no wonder, no discovery, no unfolding. The unknown is where miracles are born, where possibilities are endless, where the divine surprises you in the most beautiful ways. Trust in the mystery. Trust that the lessons you need will find you at the perfect time. Trust that even when the road ahead is unclear, you are still being guided. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even in moments of doubt. When you surrender to the flow of life, you free yourself from fear and resistance. You allow yourself to be carried by the current of divine wisdom, knowing that every step, whether it feels like progress or pause, is part of the greater design, your role in the greater collective. As you evolve, you do not walk this path alone. Your growth is not just for you, it is for the world. Every time you heal a wound, you help heal the collective. Every time you choose love over fear, you raise the vibration of the planet. Every time you share your light, you inspire another soul to do the same. The world needs your presence, your wisdom, your heart. It needs you to show up fully, to embody the truth of who you are, to share your gifts without fear. You are not here by accident. Your journey, your healing, your transformation, it all serves a greater purpose. Let your life be a beacon for others. Not by being perfect, but by being real, by walking this path with authenticity, with humility, with love. A final reflection, the eternal journey. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and place your hand over your heart. Feel the rhythm of your being, the infinite presence of your soul. You have come so far. You have grown, expanded, evolved in ways you never imagined. And yet, this is only the beginning. The journey continues. New lessons will unfold. New wisdom will reveal itself. New doors will open, and new dimensions of your soul will awaken. There is no limit to what you can become, to what you can experience, to what you can create. So embrace it all, the known and the unknown, the light and the shadow, the lessons and the blessings. Walk forward with trust, with wonder, with the knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And remember, above all else, you are infinite, you are evolving, and the journey is forever unfolding in your favor. A final blessing. May your path be illuminated with clarity and purpose. May your heart remain open to love and wisdom. May you always trust in the divine unfolding of your life, and may you forever walk this journey with grace, knowing that you are guided, supported, and infinitely loved. This is not the end. It is only the next chapter in your eternal becoming. With love, light, and infinite blessings, go forward and embrace the journey.